Hey, what's up? This is the Tuesday show on Ultra 10 TV.
We're
I'm
back.
David.
A dinosaur story.
I'm Tasty Steve.
And I'm James Chan. How's everybody going?
Now's your turn.
Yeah, come on, man.
Man, you're trying to talk out of turn over there?
Yeah,
What's
you
up?
hear him?
Oh my god.
What was that about?
What was that about?
You're like in the middle, you're like, hello everybody and welcome, and he's like, yeah, I just got a whole bunch of,
Congrats to
Zibbity-zaboo,
you.
zibbity-boobity-doo.
You got the cool person jacket on and all
I
of a sudden
told him,
you're
man.
Yeah.
Guys being a jerk. Whoa, you riled him up. Old man taking off jacket, everybody run. No, I'm
Hey,
just
David,
kidding.
that's a really cool Killer Instinct World Cup 2017 jacket you got there.
Thanks, buddy.
I got one just like it. It's real cozy, right?
It's kind of gross. I think it's kind of gross. It's like full gore on it, you know.
Oh boy, I'd hate for somebody to kill Gore anyway. Alright, let's talk about stuff. So we're going to talk about Final Round, we're going to talk about KI World Cup, we're going to talk about, as you can see, South by Southwest, which is just last weekend in TSB. We'll talk about the SF5 patch, Shin Hisako out in KI,
Lots of
Yamazaki
other stuff.
happens.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff.
Some
to
other
talk.
things.
That
Got a
is
picture of a
savage.
Reuben up on James's TV screen.
Oh, that was a
Picture of
pizza
the Reuben?
inside of a...
That was a pizza in a Reuben?
In whatever that was, man.
Oh,
They
you're
look
talking
gross.
about the... You're talking
that Eris sandwich.
pizza
He
thing?
said I made me a pizza sandwich tonight, and I'm just like, that's way too much. No, that takes
That looked
too
like
much
rye bread, and if so, as a Jew, I'm offended.
preparation.
That's fair.
Anyway,
It's
you
your
want to start off?
jurisdiction.
That's right. You want to start off with Final Round then?
Sure.
So it's been a couple of weeks since we've done this, and as a result, we haven't had a chance to talk about Final Round yet, but or KI Cup because it's the same weekend. But yeah, let's start off with FR.
All right. So, do you want me to put the results on screen, or do you want to just talk about it and just like give our thoughts about the first season?
Yeah, I mean, before we go into the results, let's just prattle on about it in general.
Sure,
Yeah.
no problem.
What were your impressions of FR? We were all there.
I thought it was really fun. I've never been there,
See,
so I should say that. I should start with that. This is my first time ever going to Final Round, actually. So I had heard all the horror stories,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, all right, well, we'll see how this goes. It's a little warm, right?
Yeah. it is.
Yeah, I was like, all right, well, we'll see how this whole thing goes. But I thought that the space was really good, and I thought that the tournament was a lot of fun. I think that the difference between this year and last year, from a spectator's point of view, was that last year there were so many players, but this year, because there was less players, and the pools were so stacked. Like, every pool felt like it was just full of killers, and the matches were, like, super fantastic. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought everything that I watched for every game was really good. So I was really happy with the whole event. And I had never been to Atlanta. Atlanta was
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, it was
Did
very
you get to see
different.
Atlanta
too.
at all?
Not really, because we kind of jetted out of there
Yeah,
pretty quick.
that's right, yeah.
Because one of the things that's probably important to know about the way that it was this year is that the fact that it literally has never been in a convention center like that. It was always in a hotel, and
Yep.
like it was always crowded. So I mean, there was definitely some issues. Some people were mentioning that it was bad that they, like Larry apologized about it. That like what was it, NK and Guilty Gear didn't get like top 8
On
stream
mainstream,
time or something
yeah.
like that, mainstream. So
They're on their own streams.
Yeah.
And MK was really
I like
good.
that haircut actually.
Oh,
looks,
Thank you.
Looks very fly.
It's a little longer on the sides than I usually cut it, and I think I want to start doing it even longer than that. But, it's an ongoing experiment. MK was actually really good because Dragon beat Sonic Fox.
Yeah.
Like the first time in a real tournament, because like the week before he beat him online, and he kind of was like, I beat him, but it's like, it's an online tournament, I'm not going to count it. And he beat him, that's what like Dragon said it himself, he's like, I'm not going to count it, right? So he beat him in person, and he popped off after, and we know how graceful Dragon is, man. He's really,
I like that word choice.
yeah,
Graceful.
he is for sure, but it was really sick, and then he ended up winning the tournament, so
Nice.
Echo Fox, Scar, and Sonic Fox got second
and third, yeah.
Cool.
It was pretty sick. MK was really good.
I actually asked him, like, I saw Sonic Fox. I was like, oh, you won, right? He was like, no. I was like, who did this to you? You know?
How did you let this happen? He won for honor, though, right?
Yeah.
Which
was crazy.
Yeah.
So.
He's obviously been practicing other games too much,
You know,
I
it's
feel like that guy could play for Honor for like a couple of days, and he'd probably be like,
Right,
bust, so.
exactly.
Whatever.
All
I
right,
saw him
Steve.
raging about revenge
It's
mode
very
on
loud.
Twitter.
It's very
Mm.
loud.
He was playing in
I'm
some
sorry.
online tournament that allowed revenge mode, and he was like, "Why?"
It's not that great of a game.
No,
turns
yeah,
out.
revenge mode is the worst.
They really need to make some significant
Really,
changes to that game.
because I remember last time you guys talked about it. There were some people on the YouTube channels like, these guys have no idea what
Like,
they're
imagine,
talking
so revenge mode is like after you get beat up, you get like a factor. It's like think about X Factor, but if when you pop the X Factor, your opponent gets knocked down, and you just get to hit them for free. So it's like you just hit him, and it does like 50% of his life.
Oh man.
and then like the follow-up attack killed him.
It is not that great, unfortunately.
All right, so let's
Anyway,
go over
it
Street
was-
Fighter 5 here, top 8.
It's
You
a
can
very
see on the
different event than
screen.
usual.
I mean, I'll go through top 16 here just because there were so many ridiculous
Well,
players.
we're gonna have to
here.
keep the results to a pretty minimal.
Yeah.
Because we had a lot to talk about
A lot to
today.
talk
So
about.
it's like it was basically. Why does it say Goichi versus Verloren? It's Goichi, Problem X, John B, Wolfkrone in 13th place, Sabin, Chris G, Phenom, Haitani in 9th place.
Losers.
Then Verloren and Itabashi in 7th. 5th place was 801 Strider, Tokido. 4th place K-Brad. 3rd place Knuckle Dew. 2nd place Fudo. 1st place Sien.
So before the thing happened, we did a little pre-show.
Yeah, we
Oh.
predicted,
We-
we predicted winners and stuff.
We did. We predicted our winners. Was anybody right here?
No.
No.
We had 3
Because-
Knuckle Dews and a Punk.
Yeah, 3 Knuckle Dews and a Punk, and then
I
also
picked
you picked Momochi. No, you
Mago.
picked Mago.
Mago.
You picked
Mago.
Mago.
Mago, and he got dusted.
Dumped.
Looks like
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Not
not even
even
around.
on the
You can't
thing,
see him
man.
in it. He didn't make the event helps cut. That's how you know,
I just-
and that's like a top 32 cut. So
I
you
just
know.
want to say that I cheated. I had a sub pick.
You did.
Pulled
And
the
then-
Tasty Steve.
And
Yeah.
I pulled a Tasty Steve, and I had Verloren in there. And
Oh, you
he
pulled the being
made
right?
top
There you
eight.
go.
Well, I also
Well,
mentioned Itazan.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
too, as well.
And I
And
picked
he's-
Knuckle Dew, who made it higher than Valoran and
Yeah.
Itabashi. But Itabashi losing to Tokido was crazy.
That was
That match was really
nuts.
good. Tokido played so well.
I looked at all the Japanese players. They were like, "Wow!" Like even they were surprised. I was like,
it's garbage. man.
Yeah,
So,
actually,
good
I
work.
mean, I'm curious what everyone thought of that pre-show. We did that pre-show. I know that's
Oh,
something
yeah.
that we've been trying to do a lot of, and I
Right.
see some people in the chat saying that they really enjoyed that
It was a
pre-show.
lot of fun
Alright.
to do. There was a lot of great feedback. I feel like a lot of people were like tweeting me about it. Logan said that we were all crazy because it was impossible
To
that
predict.
any American will make top 4 at such a stacked event with so many
Yeah,
Japanese killers that it's
that's what he said.
impossible.
Top 4.
No American can make top 4, let alone 2. That's crazy talk.
2 just were in grand finals of the Capcom Cup. I don't know
I
why
know,
you would
right?
even talk about that.
It's a
anymore.
good thing that Europe just dominated the tournament and the U.S. didn't make top 4 twice.
Yeah.
You better check out that lake for your opinions, buddy.
I
And,
mean,
there's-
3 in top 8 and
3 in
no
top 8.
Europeans anywhere.
And not
There
just 3,
was
but
only-
3 in top 5.
Yeah, there was only 2 Europeans there, just to be fair.
but that tournament was ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Competition was very
Extremely
good.
it was kind of crazy.
Let me ask you guys this then, just based on the results, right? What do you feel? Was there any message or was there any sort of thing that you saw at our first CPT event that made you kind of go, I'm thinking about the season 2 a little differently, or?
I don't know if there's anything for me about characters, but I thought that Shin was like a top 5 player last season, just in terms of understanding and how well he was playing the game.
Yep.
When you watched him, he clearly knew some of the most about out of anybody in the entire game, but his character was whack.
Yeah.
And then you watch him play now with a character who I don't even think she's top 5. I think she's
either,
like
yeah.
top
10.
She's
Top
like
10.
top 7 or 8.
Like, she's clearly good.
Yeah, she's like for sure like
She's definitely a good character.
right, but not like a super top tier character, and he just wins the tournament in winners, like no problem, because he is just that talented, and he was being held back by.
I mean, everybody knew it at the time, you know?
Pick a top tier,
And it's
Or don't pick, like, the bottom
worst
3
tier,
to 5
yeah.
characters in the game.
Yeah.
a marginally better character.
It's frustrating because we always say this, me and David, like when we do commentary or when we did like World Warriors of Capcom Cup stuff, like Sien, he won Evo and he still doesn't feel like he gets the credit that a lot of the other players
You're
who
right.
won Evo got. And this is just proof right here that he is just ridiculous. So.
And then he won some shindig the next weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a tournament
yeah.
where he played Pumko in the finals.
Yeah.
who was
Yeah.
using Colleen.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a really good set.
So he's very strong.
I need to
He's
see that.
It's really good.
So anyway.
Fudo, second place. Mika, still strong.
Dude,
Super consistent.
Yeah, Mika, like to me,
So
I
your
still think
character.
she's top 10.
Really?
I still
Very
think
good.
she's top 10 right now.
And then Do, I still think one of the most consistent players.
Yeah.
For
Free.
sure.
Like,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he got 3rd here, and then he got 2nd at South by Southwest
And
the week
it's
after.
interesting because one of the things that I want to mention, you know, outside of Fudo here, but like between 2 events, like is Street Fighter V not Japan's game?
I've been telling you.
Yeah, he's been saying this for quite some time.
Right.
Fans getting dunked, dude. They were losing. It was like, I don't know.
I mean, the Japanese players did pretty well.
They did all right. They did all right.
I like that
Hey,
pretty
all right.
well.
It's
What-
just. It's
what
the-
about
Oh, Crack Braun, stop it! I'm
What?
tired of. He's like,
Oh, I
Mika,
already know
yeah,
what he mentioned
look, no,
before.
Knuckle Dew, Fudo, Luffy,
Clearly he's
all
not
doing
ass.
purely great.
All right, look, if you want to...
Totally great with Mika.
Yo, Fudo is a ridiculous player.
Yeah, he is
like
super-
he's
That's
just a
definitely
godlike
true.
player.
But look,
Luffy and Knuckle do
Crocodile-
Crocodile, he said the
Sien
same
won
thing in
this?
season 1 though. To be fair, because like, come on.
That is true. Sien won this event by playing a character that wasn't ass, right? He's that kind of player. He was playing an actual ass character.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
But you
That
know,
is
you know who for a
actually
second,
bad.
you know who for not 1 second
That's
thought
a
that
bad character,
anybody
not Mika.
besides Shin was gonna win that tournament? Z.
Yeah.
I was
I mean,
sitting next
that's
to him the
Husbando
entire
right
Because
there.
weekend.
he,
I know.
Yeah,
he's
come on.
biased,
That's Husbando
right?
I know.
No, I mean,
Like Z is the wife.
but
he's
no,
there
he,
with the
but
pom-poms.
he thinks he has a logic about it. Because I remember we were at Capcom Cup and he was just like, "Oh, I think Tokido's gonna win," and I was like, "Really?" And he was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah,"
Dude.
and he cited his reasons.
Okay.
But when I saw him at final round, he was like, "Oh, Z's good. Shin's gonna win this free." I'm like, "Wait, what? For real?" He was like, "Yeah."
Well, Tokyo got bodied at Capcom Cup.
Yeah, he
so
sure
did
did.
it.
It's true. I'm just saying
Predictions
him
these
saying he
things
recalled
happen.
it. He meant what he said. That's all I'm
Alright,
saying.
Yep,
he believes in
alright.
himself.
All right.
Like
all right.
someone actually made the joke, like, what if like U.S. became the best at Street Fighter V, but then Japan became the best at MVCI?
Oh wow.
What
I
a
feel like- I
backwards
feel like-
world we would live
I
in.
feel like
I feel like
things
that's
would
not
happen
that
in the
unlikely,
world.
actually.
Wait,
Man,
everyone's
that'd be
saying
crazy.
the stream
That'd be
is
pretty
running
crazy.
bad right now. Okay, so I do apologize ahead of time. I am streaming on Wi-Fi right now. I cannot do
dang.
wired right now because
Oh.
my wired connection is not working. I do not
Dang.
understand why. So I do apologize if the stream is really stuttering like this.
Way
So.
to trade in
consistent.
that good internet for that good jacket. Is that where that came from?
Yeah, I know. He
guess,
spent all his money on the jacket
money
and
came
can't
on the
afford
jacket.
the internet bill.
Gotta pull the taste of
Can you?
Steve.
I was just gonna do it. Just gonna do
I know. I was thinking the same thing. Actually,
Next.
to be fair, I did not purchase this jacket.
Oh.
Oh, that's what they
a
all
hot lady
say.
bought you this jacket.
From Secret
Is
Admirer?
that what you're telling me right now?
That's what I'm telling you, Mr. Tasty Steve. That's what I'm
Uh-huh.
telling you, Mr. Tasty Steve. I did not buy it. Do you think I have the fashion sense enough to buy this jacket?
I didn't want to say it out loud, but if you
You're
put it
bringing
on
up
the
a good
table,
point.
Do I actually have the fashion sense to buy a jacket that looks good on me?
James, no, you do
trust
not.
me.
That's why I
Trust
just said
me.
it had to be somebody who cared for you deeply to make sure.
So is the video as bad? Is the audio bad too, or is it just the video right now, guys?
I think he stole it. James walked
Yeah, I
into
know,
a store and
right?
just stole it. That sounds just like James.
Yeah, pretty much.
I believe that.
Least likely thing.
Do people know? So like I said, for some reason, all of my Wi-Fi works, but my wired does not work. So, and it's also not any of the cables. It's not the PC because when I plug the wired into the PS4, it's not working either. So
Dang,
there's
were
something
you a
about the-
Wi-Fi monster yesterday when you were streaming?
Yeah, I had to.
You son
I had
of a
to.
gun.
I had to. I was saying
I
that the
thought
whole
you-
time.
You know, I thought I knew a man, and then. All
You
right.
go over the
Dude,
house
you-
and
Good to know.
hey, there's no wires here. What's this about?
Every time we ran into a laggy match, I was like, dude, this is totally my fault. This is totally my
What a
fault.
butt.
So, yeah.
Dang. Now
All right.
y'all know who to trust.
Well, apparently the video is not doing the best, but at least
All
the
right.
audio is
I
working, so
apologize
there
to
you go.
people again. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. So I just hope that when I edit this video, that this is not going to destroy me, because it has the potential to destroy me. Because when video stutters, like those frames get lost, and
Yeah,
so the
they do.
audio and the video gets desynced, and it
put up
takes
a
me
big-
17 hours to edit it.
Just
Well-
put like a big splash and just play it. It's audio only. It's radio
yeah,
show.
I know, right?
Just
Yeah.
make it a radio show.
Just put that
Just the
jacket
talking
up there.
heads.
So
Yeah, right, that's
obviously
fine.
we
Anyway,
can't.
Gustavo, congrats.
Yeah, we also
Yeah.
can't finish talking about this without talking about Wolf Krone and K Brad.
That was very well done.
Those kids.
To me, the stars aligned for that match because Steve and Yipes were on commentary
yeah.
for that match.
That was a good one.
That could not have
was a
been
good
better.
timing.
That
Yeah.
could not have been better.
And that pairing is buff.
And Chris
Yeah.
Steven
Seglia,
Yipes is buff.
Chris Seglia
Good
was like,
timing.
I talked to him at South by Southwest, and he was like, he basically wanted to act like he planned that to get those two on there,
Come on.
but he did.
That guy
totally
has
did.
no idea who's in any bracket
Yeah, I know,
for sure.
right?
Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on.
He
He's
has
like, I
no
don't know, just
idea.
put him on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets the pairings, but
Yeah,
he definitely doesn't know what the pools are. For sure.
yeah.
All right.
Mortal
Anyway,
Kombat, as we mentioned,
Was really good.
Dragon took first place, you see, over Scar, and Sonic Fox got third place. So that means Scar beat Sonic Fox in losers finals, then, right?
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
so.
the finals.
Yeah, that's probably the best three. I mean, it's been top three for a while.
Or was it like, yeah, Scar did beat him in
Top
the
three
finals, that's right,
players.
yeah. Because I remember
Oh,
seeing
that's
that
a
match.
good
Dang, Kenshi got top 5. I thought he was garbage.
Tweety, right? It was Tweety?
It's TD, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
TD.
actually get to watch it.
Kenji's not...
He's definitely not garbage. He's not the best. But
Not
he's
the best, yeah, that's a good way to put it. What other games happened over there?
Tekken 7, Fated Retribution.
Which
I,
This
I-
was a good one here.
Yeah,
this
Tekken
was
7 was sick.
ridiculous.
I watched a bit of this.
Wow, man. Tekken 7. So first off, we did like the Wizard World where they brought back Tekken again, but this was the first like Tekken 7 event where it was completely updated, and it was even more so. It was the console version of the game.
This had Miguel in it, right?
Yeah, it had
So
Miguel and it had Lee in it. So it had everybody that was up to date except for like Panda and Eddie and the new characters.
Right.
But when I tell you, like, a lot of people's foots were in their mouths because. Like Saint, the world champ and the Evo champ didn't even make top 8.
Yeah, who did he lose to? From what countries were those players?
A guy named Joey Fury from
Who is
upstate.
he? Who is
upstate New York. ITS.
Is he known?
Joey
Was
Fury.
he known
Man,
before?
I've been watching him. Like, he was playing tag 2. Defense.
Got third place at the tournament.
Jesus, man. This dude, his defense is really good. He's been playing for a while. I keep overlapping myself. I apologize. So, he's been playing for a while. He did really well in tag 2. And this is one of the first times we've seen him play at a major since maybe North American Lance Chess Quals, which is last year. But he didn't travel as much to the other tournaments. But this is the first year Tekken 7 was the main game. So now we have all these ITS players there. We had a bunch of international competition as well as Cyclops Osaka's Takuya. I can't remember her name, but she's one of the best lane players in the world.
It's like Tanakana or something like that.
Tanakana.
Something like that, yeah.
And the fact that we had so much international competition, and she actually popped off on Wade Gamble.
Yeah, Wade Gamble. I
Oh
saw
my
that.
god, the reserve pop off. She stored the pop off like Ocho throw. She was like, handshake, and he went for it. She was like, yeah. I was like, oh damn, that was good.
Sick. Yeah.
But a lot of people said that Tekken 7 is one of those games where it's not fair because Americans don't have access to the game, and top 8.
Look at that.
World champ knocked out, and I'm talking about the matches. If you get the chance, go watch those matches. It was ridiculous.
But Joey beat both Saint and JDCR, right? He sent them both to losers.
Yep, he sent both of them to losers.
Well,
It's pretty wild.
JDCR did end up winning.
Oh, JDCR came back with a vengeance. It was like he put on the silver pimp hand glove and just.
But you know what the worst part about it was? You know what the worst part about it was? Like, we're sitting here in America. We're sitting here in the United States.
We're sitting in America.
We're like rooting for all of the American players, and I was sitting next to Cool Gray AJ.
The
manager,
the
return.
And
The
he was sitting
return.
there.
That was godlike.
He was rooting for JDCR, and I was like,
What a
you
butt.
traitor. You
his
traitor
player,
to
you know?
our beautiful
Nah,
home
man.
country here. Yeah.
Freedom, man.
He came out of nowhere to support the losing side, man. You barely made it.
Man.
Yeah.
All right. Marvel. Looks like Ryan LV won this thing.
Yeah, interesting
again.
one again. Ryan
Chris G in
LV
finals.
taking out Chris G and F
Wow.
I
Champ.
heard
But-
Chris
but
G
I
went
will
on
say-
a rant about how cheap Ryan LV's team was.
Oh yeah. Oh, you guys didn't see that? He was going
That was
in,
so
man.
funny, yeah.
He's like, I could make it so you couldn't touch me the entire time.
He should
And
do that then.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
In fact, that's why he started playing the Morgan Virtual Doom.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
That's like literally why.
So,
That's why Guile works for him too. It's the same
but
idea.
I will say,
Yeah,
Chris
exactly.
G did reset.
Yes,
and
he did.
a lot of people didn't expect that. And I told people, I was like, oh, he's definitely going to reset. And then afterwards, he got beat up after that. But, I mean, it shows that he's learning.
Yeah, but I heard
Chun-Li,
it was- I heard
so
it was good
cheap.
stuff.
The cheapest.
Yeah.
The rest of the team's pretty cheap.
I mean, the way that it works together is really smart and cheap for sure.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I didn't actually get to see any of these Marvel matches yet, but I heard they were really
They were
super good.
crazy.
Dang, I heard Justice got ninth. This game ended up in such a weird and cool place.
That's what I keep
I
telling
heard
people.
Justin-
If
Yeah,
they
I
let the
know,
game
right?
breathe, man.
Dude, the game is so good right now. It's so fun. Guilty Gear Revelator, Dogura, who got... Oh, no, that was Blaze Blue, but
He got
Dogura got
bodied.
first place.
Blaze Blue.
Second place was Kazunoko. Third place, Doran 2K. Fourth place, Goichi. So, Japan's still dominating this game here.
It's
obviously.
really hard, though. Like, Dogura and Kazunoko.
Yeah, they had to duck us in Street Fighter, so they went to another game where they have a chance.
Pretty
Makes
much,
sense.
Pretty much. So...
I wonder how many people actually believe that kind of stuff. They're like, man, CHM thinks Japan is so bad at Street Fighter.
Dead or Alive last round. First place went to Kalaya the Lorian. And second place was Excalibur Blades. And third place, Mr. Quiggle.
Wow, Excalibur
Quiggle.
Blades and Quiggle didn't get first place.
Yeah, interesting.
Neither. Or Sonic Fox, dang.
Yeah.
Well,
Blaze Blue
RIPD.
Central Fiction. So, yeah, Dogura got beat early on.
First round.
You saw the
Or
delayed
whatever.
pop-off from that one
Classic.
guy, dude. Yeah,
Classic.
that guy was like, I'm not doing a Woshige. Like, did I win? Did I win? They're like, yes,
He
you
thought
won.
he did not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then they said he won, and then he got up and cheered.
That was real life right there. I
Amazing,
liked it.
yeah.
But then Dogura was like, I just wanted to make this a challenge
Yeah.
for myself. Because he came
back
back
and
all the
losers.
way and he won, right? SKD, of course, second place, though, with Izuyoi, and third place was Tactile East Side. King of Fighters 14. Romance made it all the way out there. He
Sick.
took first place over Goichi.
Yeah, he had to reset.
He just got a sponsor. My bad. He just got sponsored by In the Sky as well.
Yeah,
Really?
So congratulations to Romance.
Nice.
They picked up a lot of Tekken players, and this is their first KOF player. And Romance won the tournament, so that's a good look. My bad. I didn't mean to
Sweet.
interrupt you,
No, yeah, that was exactly what I was gonna bring up.
Good stuff to Reno.
All right.
I'm sorry, to Romance.
Good old Romance.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? You know,
Yeah.
Brooklyn R, it's
U.S.
KOF.
KOF players, whatever. It's all the same.
James.
All right.
There you go.
FR.
That was
Yeah,
Final Round.
it felt
Whoops.
super different to me, to be honest. Like I was only there for but a day, and then I skipped town to KI Cup.
Yeah.
But it didn't at all feel like Final Round to me.
No.
Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, because some of the things that were not great about Final Round were that it was very cramped and that it didn't run well. And it was not at all cramped, and it ran much better.
Yeah.
So that's cool. It just was like, I don't know, and it wasn't empty.
Whoa.
It felt
like
kind of cavernous,
cavernous.
right?
There-
Yeah.
The walls were so tall, and there was like nothing on them.
It was kind of a
Cavernous is
Yeah,
exactly how
like
I
canyon-y.
described it. Yeah, it felt like we were in a
Canyon-y.
big,
Yeah.
echoey cave.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a lot of space.
It actually
it was,
felt like
it was
a-
a very different feeling. I
It
thought
was organized like a mini Evo too, because the main stage was on the side
Yeah.
like that. So.
Yeah, it was very different.
but they did have Chick-fil-A in the venue, and I don't know if anybody else took advantage
Wait,
of
they
that.
had a Chick-fil-A in the
In the
venue?
venue,
In the
yeah, there was.
venue. I was
not
not
the day
there.
you were there. It was the next day.
How did I miss that?
I don't know, but I didn't.
Dude, I was
took
sitting
full,
there-
I took full advantage.
Yeah,
of it.
we
I
were
ate
sitting
sandwiches for everybody.
Dude, exactly. Because we were sitting there on commentary, me and Yipes, and then Chris Segley was like, "I'm gonna get Chick-fil-A. You guys want something?" And Yipes and I were like,
Wait, so what? So,
and I in like a 2-minute break, I was like,
our man on the stream was saying that that Chris G said this is the worst year for UMVC3. Oh, because he doesn't like the PS4 panel.
"Oh yeah,
He doesn't
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah."
PS4
well,
version.
that's understandable.
Yeah, because there was like one extra
There's
frame of
extra
delay on
input lag.
there, but then he was also saying there's some other problems.
Yeah,
or whatever.
apparently you can't retaliate X Factor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like if
it's like
somebody
you have
X
to do it a
Factor,
little bit
you have to
later.
wait before
Yeah,
you
the
even do
timing
it.
is weird.
The timing is a little weird,
Yeah,
so
that
he's
is a bummer.
frustrated by that. But
I get that.
yeah,
Other than that, I think it's great, but yeah, that definitely sucks.
okay.
All right.
All right, so
KI
that was
Cup
Final
also
Round.
happened.
Yeah, let's talk about KI World Cup, which you two decided to go to.
We sure did.
You guys did the
We made a
double
good
duty
choice.
in one weekend.
It was so tough.
It was so
No, it was
tough.
really
Oh
easy.
yeah, it was
Like,
actually
totally
pretty easy,
no big
right?
deal.
Yeah, like the flight is pretty short.
Yeah, a
So
couple
it's like-
hours, and FR was right next to the airport,
Right.
and
Did you take the train
it
back
was easy.
from the venue at Final Round? You could take the Sky Train back to the airport.
Is it a train? It's just like a
Tram or
it's
I don't
like
even know
the
what it is.
airport tram.
Yeah.
It's like
That was so
specifically
convenient.
before the airport. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
It took me like 3 minutes.
Yeah, me too. It was very easy. KI Cup was very cool. Before getting into the results, it was just a really interesting venue.
The venue was
very
nice.
pretty.
It was super,
this
super
very
good.
cool concert hall that they day one was flat bottomed so that they had all the tournament stations in there and could fit. They fit a couple hundred people in there. And then day two, it was all stadium seating, and the transition is automatic. There's some button you press. and the whole thing
What?
does
That's
it.
sick. Did
Yeah,
y'all see
like
it?
I think Rick
I saw a
posted
video
a
of it.
video of it where you see the floors the chair rows would lift up, like the wood panels would lift up. the
Damn,
chairs
that's
would
sick. Like the
flip
Blackbird
up.
and X-Men. I want to see
Yeah,
that.
it's exactly like
the
that.
chairs would flip up, and then the floor would plant back down again. So
Yeah,
now then
yeah.
there was all of a sudden all these chairs.
And like it had fantastic acoustics, obviously.
Yeah,
But
it's-
it was also just really. It was pretty. It was.
I
it
heard
was
the production
cool.
value
The
was
production
super
was
good.
nice.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was the
It was
Tenno
really well
guys
done.
were involved with it, so they were streaming the CPT stream at Final Round as well as KI Cup the same weekend. So they did both. It looked really awesome, and it's according to Brandon, it's like the third best acoustic concert hall or whatever in like the U.S. or something like that, or in the world. I don't know. It's like super highly rated.
It was
And
really
with
nice.
KI music in there, oh man, it's
Yeah, that was
so
really,
good.
that was really cool. Yeah, yeah.
The top 32, the finals day had 21 or 22 characters out of the 27 in the game.
Yeah.
And the characters that weren't represented, it's not like they were like weak characters. It was just like they were top tier characters that just nobody happened to play.
Right.
In the top, like Rash wasn't there. And it was like
That was
that
a
character is
surprise.
really good. Yeah, there's 2 at Evo top 8 of Rash, but not in that. So there was tons of character variety. The match was really good. There was an Aganos in top 8, which was really sick.
Aganos, Rom.
Latalis Venator, right?
Yeah.
He played that.
Mhm.
And
The
then Rico
human
Suave getting 7th place as well after not get
He just didn't show up in time.
He got DQ'd in the losers bracket, man.
Oh, that
Yeah, he didn't show up in time.
Yeah,
He was
well,
like,
I mean, he was partying, I guess, or something.
no, he just didn't make it back to his room. He got lost on the way back to his room or something. And then
Got
daylight
lost.
saving
His
times.
phone
Got
died.
lost, you know.
His pool was on fire.
It was in Austin, right? It was
He had to
in-
take his
no,
cat
it
for a
was in
walk.
San-
I don't know what
somewhere
happened,
else,
but
yeah.
It was
daylight
in
saving
San
times
Antonio.
kicked in to skip an hour ahead or whatever too.
Yeah.
So it was a little confusing.
So anyway, it sucks for him, but
Yeah.
that's on him.
Fifth place
and
was-
he battled pretty well back.
Yeah, fifth place was Water Horses and Wheels. Water Horses was one of the guys who qualified in the Last Chance tournaments the previous
Last year, yeah.
right?
He made top 8 last year too.
Yeah. And then Circa Nikki in fourth place. Third place, BH Thompson. Was it the winners finals match or the losers finals match that was like like one of those matches
Thuggery?
with Thompson was like the sickest match.
Him and
ever.
Sleep was winners finals,
Okay,
and it
okay.
was 3-2 and tons of teabagging, and it was great.
There was a
Oh,
lot of
man.
IRL jerkery too.
Yeah, it was.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Like
I
Sleep-
mean, like they're cool with each other.
Yeah.
But it was like.
Like Sleep
Cool
was up like
exhibition.
2-0, and then he was just like, "This is like you're done." And then
he
like
actually got up.
Thompson made some crazy comeback in the next game. And was like, "What's good?" And then like it happened again, and I was like, "Oh my god!" It went to like last game.
It was a very good
crazy.
set.
And that match was pretty good for like Arya beats Jacob. I think pretty soundly. So
Right.
it was good. It was an interesting set.
Storm 179 with Hisako in
Really the
second
hero.
place. Yeah.
He was the hero of the event for
Hisako.
sure.
And then
Yeah.
Sleep
Yeah.
doing the pulling double duty, just like Saint did earlier.
Exactly.
Winning Evo and then winning their national tournament.
Same thing that happened last
Or
year
their
where
global tournament. I
Yeah,
should say.
Rico won Evo and then won KI Cup
Right.
back to back. So he won the like Evo and then the World Finals basically, and then Sleep did the same thing, Evo and then World Finals
Oh,
back
wow.
to back. So same thing that happened in Tekken actually.
Oh, that sounds
But-
like it's a curse starting, man.
Like Nobi won Evo and then Finals, and then Saint won Evo and then Finals. Dang. Now Sleep's gonna get bodied by.
Yeah, now Sleep's gonna get bodied
Bodied like
because
Saint did?
Saint got bodied. Oh,
Oh,
wow,
man.
it's starting.
Here's the question though. So at this event you mentioned 22 of the 27 characters were represented in top 32,
Yeah.
right? So balance wise, the game is in a fantastic place.
Yeah, balance is great.
And I know that there's a new patch coming out, right? 3.7 patch is coming
3.7
out.
is coming out.
Is it changing a lot of things significantly?
There
or-
are certainly
Some things.
So yeah, I think the tier list will not change significantly, but I think that the balance will just get squeezed in a little bit more.
Yeah.
even more.
Yeah, that's basically the way
That's
it is.
good. That's
like the
great.
very best characters are getting small nerfs, and some of the other characters are getting little buffs.
Rom is getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
and-
The quote
It's
weak
cool.
characters are getting
Yeah.
buffed, basically, right? Yeah.
Who
Okay.
was played in top 8 in tournament.
Right.
Right. Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The tier list
really
is very
good.
condensed in that game, anyway.
That's great. I
sure.
mean, got a game here with great net code, great balance, lots of fun.
Wild characters.
Wild characters.
Yeah, tons of fun. If your archetype's not in this game, I'd be very surprised.
There's no way they invented archetypes for this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Even
right?
if you'd be like, I didn't even know I like that. A grappler, zoner, summon character? Alright, let's try this out.
Yeah.
With the triple jump? Sure.
All right, cool.
Gargos is so fun, man.
He's a weird one.
All right.
Yeah, it was a really cool event.
Sorry.
What else you got?
Again, apologize to everyone on stream for
we should take
the kind of
We get it South by Southwest, probably.
bad quality of everything
okay.
like that. So, but yeah, let's move on to the next thing
Oh, yeah.
here. Let's talk about South by Southwest, which was an exhibition that was put on just this last weekend in Austin, Texas,
Yep.
for South by Southwest. The
Yep.
Fighters on the Ground just tournament popped out of nowhere, right?
It basically did. It was
Yeah.
really not announced well at all.
Yeah.
People, here's a
Dude,
true story.
yeah.
So I was walking around the event, and you know who happened to pop on by,
Who?
completely unawares, was Seth Killian. And he was just walking through, and he was like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And I was like, "Well, aren't you here for the Street Fighter
Fighter
thing?
thing?
Why else would you be here?" And it was like, "No, my girlfriend and I were just walking around South
For
by
the music
Southwest.
stuff.
We're here
They
for
were
the
here
music."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And literally just walking around, and he found
I-
out about it that way. So it was not at all well announced. And
Yeah,
there,
for sure.
I also met a guy there who he only found out about it because he was working the event. He just happened to be working
Oh,
it,
wow.
and
That
he
was
was looking through for work, like, "Hey, what's up? What's going on? What am I supposed to do?" And then he saw that there was this fighters thing. So
I actually ran to Seth at the airport too.
Oh,
it was
really?
really funny, yeah. But yeah, he was just like, I had no idea any of this was going on. So
So I don't know how you guys felt about it being there, but as a spectator, it was some of the best Street Fighter V I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
It was one of the best tournaments
So
I've ever.
good.
I literally
It
didn't
was great.
stream. I didn't stream like all 3 days it happened because I just sat there and watched Street Fighter for like 3 days straight.
Dude,
was
and
like,
I gotta
"This is
tell you
awesome."
right now, like Smug, Knuckle Dew, and Punk and K Brad, like those guys are doing such a great job. Not only just playing awesome matches, but like they're just super entertaining. Like Smug's reactions are the best. Like his facial reactions.
There were some good interviews over there too.
Yeah, shout outs to F Word doing a great job interviewing.
Yeah, that's
people
right.
there
Yeah,
so.
it was really good. I mean, all the players played really well, and there was nothing. I mean, the only issue with it was that it wasn't well announced. Everything else was great. The venue itself was really nice, and it all looked good, and the tournament ran well.
I wonder how many people was in there. I heard it was like
in the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, the first 2 days weren't too many because they were work days.
Literally 10 people at the end of the first day.
Yeah.
But then by the time it was Saturday, which was the finals day, it was full. There were, I don't know, a couple hundred people.
Yeah, but I mean, it was really interesting because so it was 2 pools of 8 players each, and the top 4 made it out of there to go into the top 8 bracket. Punk went 7-0 in his pool, beating guys like Knuckle Dew and Smug and all these crazy guys in there. Then gets into the top 8 bracket and proceeds to go 0-2. And he was so mentally destroyed after that.
Yeah,
too,
he was broken, man.
The crazy thing is like if you actually look at his performance for the weekend, he still was one of the best performing players.
Oh yeah.
Because like Smug, I think his record was like 10-1 after winning in winners, and Punk's record is 7-2, which is not actually that much different.
Yeah.
It was a good set that he lost in. I mean, it wasn't like you got eaten up.
No, Punk is amazing, and like I said, I feel like that kind of a loss, this kind of experience, because some of the other top players were talking to Punk in the back. They were like, "I think you let the 7-0 get to your head, and you almost kind of got a little too relaxed and a little cocky at that point, right?" Or maybe he put pressure on himself. Either way.
Or maybe he was just exhausted. That was a lot of high level Street Fighter.
Yeah, a lot of matches.
Like just think of that. Like he went 7-0. Like that was the tournament to get into a tournament.
Right, yeah.
Like that's a lot of high level thinking in Street Fighter to be played some of the best in the world.
7 3 out of 5.
Exactly, dude. That's a lot.
And I'll tell you though, but after losing that way though, and seeing how it affected him, like I talked to him afterwards, and I was like, just remember this, and this is gonna make you a stronger player, because you're not gonna want to feel this anymore. And so I think he's just going to be that much tougher to beat in future tournaments.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I have no doubt he's going to bounce back from that. But 7th place was Punk and Gamer B. 5th place, Filipino champ, just beating people. God, he was playing out of his mind.
Played very well.
Yeah, talk about like Shin going with Fong and overachieving. I kind of feel like that's what Champ is doing.
Please have secondary soon.
Justin Wong with Karen, also in 5th place. 4th place, RB Urian. 3rd place, RB Luffy with Armika. 2nd place, Liquid Knuckle Dew.
Bad character.
And 1st place, Smug with Balrog.
Tunika's in top 3.
2 out of the top 3. Oh my goodness.
U.S. players, you mean?
No, Mika
No,
players.
Mika players.
Oh, okay, got it.
No, I wasn't surprised about the U.S. thing at this point, but
Yeah.
I think I was honestly most surprised about RB, if I'm being perfectly honest. I didn't really think that he was going to be up there like that.
I didn't think he was. Well,
To be honest.
the first day
But
he
he
got
was-
bodied. He
he's
was like
definitely
0-3 first day or something like that. Yeah.
He's been playing. It's not like he hasn't been playing.
That's not the issue. I just
Yeah,
didn't
he
think that
just
he was
didn't
going to
play
be up
that
there like that. But
Well, I
playing
asked
great.
him too. I was like, "Have you been playing?" And he was like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "I've been playing
He's been
a lot."
streaming.
I was
He's
like,
been
"Oh,
streaming
okay."
all the time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's
Cool,
an
cool.
abundance of RB footage on the
he
internet.
had that sick walking headbutt tech that we were so enamored with.
Yeah, you
that
guys
that
couldn't
was
stop
so
saying that,
difficult.
man.
It's really good.
And then I found out that it's so
It's super easy.
Yeah, it's not that
so
tough.
easy.
And so
to
I
do,
thought,
was
like,
so
literally,
upset.
like, you'll get it first 2 or 3 times for sure.
Yeah.
It's very easy. So I was like, this is super cool. What about Alex walking headbutt or walking stomp? It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So it's just a Urian thing.
Yeah.
And then
I
I was
haven't had
like,
a
what
chance to
about
try it.
Dictator walking stomp? This is gonna be super
Right,
sick.
yeah.
Doesn't really work.
Yeah. It's just the way the charge.
I was
works
like, what
with his
about
headbutt.
what if you did like Guile, counter hit some button, then walk up, flash
Flash
kick?
kick.
That would be like the most. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So it's the Urian thing. I don't know why. Whatever.
Yeah. His moves are just like that probably because it's supposed to move with it. I don't know what the idea is.
I
Oh,
know.
dude,
Yeah.
who knows?
I feel like
Who
it's
knows?
just
a
Yeah.
design choice.
I don't think it
Or
was a choice.
unintentional choice.
I don't think it was.
It was.
Choice.
It's probably an accident.
It's pretty
I
sick
don't
though. I
know.
hope that they don't change it because it's cool.
Yeah.
In the
And
patch,
it's-
they're changing the frame or the charge frame buffer back to make it a little easier to do some charge moves. Because in this patch, like stuff like Urian 4 medium punch tackle is like significantly more difficult, and then there's other stuff like that. So it probably will be easier next patch.
Yeah. But
than it is now.
like you said, really awesome Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, that was crazy. That entire
whole
thing,
event.
man.
And it's cool because I know I saw Tom Cannon even talking about this just recently on Twitter. He was saying like he'd like to see more variety in styles of tournaments, not just the open brackets, but some exhibitions and stuff like that. So South by Southwest, awesome, very cool event.
The format is very similar to what they're doing on E-League, right? Because they have like 4 groups and then it feeds into like a big bracket.
Yeah.
It's like the same.
It's very
kind of thing.
Topanga-like. It's just very Topanga-like.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, those groups were killer though. Especially the one group. I really felt that like 7 people could have come out of it. Maybe 6. I mean, really.
6 out of
Momochi
8.
didn't make it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a really strong group.
But shout outs to Smug. I mean, he worked hard. He played a lot of excellent footsies. You know, he really had to struggle with his character.
He did a lot of target combos in a V-trigger. That must have been.
No, shout out
Tough
to
hands.
whoever it was on Twitter who said that, he had a lot of, he had some great whiff punishing.
Oh, because he
Yeah.
farted on stage.
Yeah, because he farted at
Wow.
Justin.
Yeah.
That's what Justin claimed.
Yeah.
And Smug didn't deny it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I know.
in fact sort of just was like, yeah, it happened.
Yeah,
So why
that's
did you
what
have
I'm
to tell
about.
everybody?
I want to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
East Coast, man, a bunch of booger eaters and
You do what you gotta do.
You
man.
see that poster, that
Flatulence
picture that they have in there?
Yeah.
says
Of
Knuckle
Knuckle
Doo.
Doo?
That's Henry said motivating. He's like, look at what they said about
Dude,
you.
the best part was that, right after they talked about that fart tech, I joked that it was like the Mike Watson tech.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did say
And
that.
I talked to Mike Watson yesterday, and that was like the only time he tuned into the stream. So he literally saw me talking about his tech.
Yeah, he can blow some stinky ones, man.
Oh yeah, he was telling he told
Why you
like
seem
5
so happy
stories
about
about
that?
that.
I'm
He
not
can blow
happy.
some
I just
stinky
I
ones,
think it's
man.
funny to relate the story.
He told
but
like
I wasn't
5
happy
different
at the time.
stories about that yesterday, dude.
You
Like,
seem pretty happy about it. I can't
yeah,
lie.
It's funny to talk about, but in the moment, believe me, you don't want to be in that room when he lets one go.
Yeah,
Good.
Anyway,
Oh,
South
super
by,
tears.
it was cool.
yeah. Any final thoughts?
Austin's a nice city.
It is. It's a fun place to visit.
Lots of place to party.
I saw you did some exploration too.
I sure did, yeah. I could not get my flight changed to an earlier time, and in fact, it was delayed until 10 at night
Oh, wow.
on Sunday. So I had the entire day to walk around. I did some cool things. I saw the Capitol building, all right? I saw the University of Texas. I saw the Texas State History Museum, which had a really interesting couple of exhibits. And then I saw there's this bridge in Austin that is famous as a place where bats live. They live underneath the bridge.
Oh, okay.
And they hang there. And at sunset, they all come out like to feed
That's so
all at the same time. So there's like just this tremendous amount of bats that come out all simultaneously.
That's crazy.
You're just
So,
making it
did
so
we
Steve will
see
never
that
go
when we were in
under a
Austin?
bridge.
No, no.
I feel like we
you
saw
can.
that.
It's over water.
Oh.
But anyways, there's
I think I know what you're talking
so,
about.
I feel like we
so
saw
many
that.
come out simultaneously that it looks like smoke. If you're
Yeah.
not like right up, there's like literally just a cloud of smoke comes
That's
out
so
of it. It was
cool.
wild.
I think
Very cool.
when we were in Austin, I feel like we saw that. I feel like we
think
saw that
so.
at night or at sunset.
Yeah, I mean they fly all over the city
Yeah, it's crazy.
after they.
So I think we were
release
talking
themselves.
about them being like, I don't know, we had some crazy theory about it. Why there's so many bats. I just remember that.
There's a bridge that's like it's kind
It
of.
was not scientific.
Yeah.
It was completely not scientific. It was like our usual logic, which is
It was nonsensical. It made no sense. It was
Yeah.
not logical in any capacity.
yeah.
Yeah, University of Texas girls are cool. Whatever.
Really?
Whatever.
You were wearing a Georgetown Law.
Oh, I might have been
Shirt.
wearing a Georgetown Law shirt. That actually was not intentional, but
Yeah.
it was very funny, and I'm glad I did it in the end. But I didn't mean to.
It's funny. Walking around the campus. The,
Ladies.
And it was really hot, and I only had jeans, so I was sweating profusely,
oh, yeah?
and so my shirt got pretty gnarly,
Nice.
and then I had to fly on a plane like that.
Yeah. You'd sit next to the guy
That
next
was
to you like,
just
hey,
a
man,
cesspool.
how's it going?
Glad I had a different flight.
I thought you were a
Glad
fan
I
of
had a
like that.
different flight.
I met actually on the flight back I met the guy whose company builds a bunch of esports stages completely randomly. He was
Wow.
sitting next to
Oh,
me.
nice.
He built they built the L1
New York
Oh,
stage.
nice.
They
Okay.
did stuff at PAX. They did stuff at like all the major events. They
Nice.
do stuff
Oh,
for
wow, that's
Riot,
cool.
like all the big things. So
That's cool.
looks pretty cool. What up, man?
Okay.
You're not watching the show for sure, but nice to meet you.
Hopefully David didn't smell too much.
I didn't think about that until right now.
Who's this
Well,
sneaky
Why
fighting
wouldn't he
info?
enjoy my robust body odor?
Your musk.
Robust. Okay. This weekend was also Team Stickbug TSB in New York City, and they packed the hell out of Next Level.
It
Yeah,
was
it was
super
Like,
packed.
it did not look like it was fun at all to be in that room, but the matches were ridiculous,
Yeah.
and a lot of people flew out there for that.
Cool.
So there was a pretty decent meeting of
It was some
East
crazy
Coast, West Coast,
guilty
Midwest.
gear
Yeah,
that
Texas,
happened this
yeah, it was
weekend. You had
really-
everybody in the building, man.
really exciting stuff.
Damendo
Yeah, I
was
couldn't
there.
believe the bracket. When I saw it, I was like, there's so many out-of-towners. It was crazy.
Like the first part of the bracket was like top 3, top 5
Dude,
matches.
so Cookie was tweeting out all like these highlights
These
all
gifs.
weekend long, and every time I saw the highlights, I was like, "Well, this has got to be late in the bracket."
Yeah,
and it was like right
the
at the
first day.
beginning, you
Yeah.
know.
It
Like,
was so
even,
crazy.
Even Raph like flew out there from Texas, so shout outs to Raph.
Yeah, I saw
all the way
him.
out
Saw
there.
him in the
Kid Viper
crowd.
was there too.
Yeah, Kid Viper made it out there.
Well,
Well, I mean, he's
the
in fourth
Kid
place,
Viper versus Marlin Pie. Oh, it was face melting. It was so good.
Cool. Okay, I didn't see any of this. I'll have to go back
Yeah,
and watch.
man. Marlin was
Well,
wearing a fedora.
seventh place was
He looked
Kizzy K.
anime.
He looked so anime, and I
Oh,
was
man.
so proud. I was like, "You go, little anime guy."
When he took a picture with his trophy, and
Yeah,
there was like
dude.
an anime filter on it and
Yeah.
everything. Oh man, it was crazy.
Marlon,
Nice work.
Kyohei. That's what I like to see, man. It was some crazy matches.
Yeah. Kizzy K and Lord Knight tied for 7th place. Zidane and Zach Shiner
Yep.
with Dizzy getting.
Dude, they're
fifth
buffing
place.
that character in the next
Dude, that's
game,
scary,
and
man.
I don't understand why
But see, here's the
nobody
thing.
even plays. Like, oh my god, it makes me
You
so.
kept saying that. You were telling me that a long
That
time
character
ago. You were
does
doing
not
that
get
same
enough
thing.
play. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, dude, and
You're
I
like not. You're like Dizzy's not nearly as bad as people. Yeah.
They don't know, dude. I'm looking at people play this character, and I'm just.
Well, here's the thing, right? 4th place was Kid Viper, Johnny. That makes sense, right? Minus with Eno getting 3rd place.
Minus this whole
But
man.
2nd place, the person who won Arxis,
Diamendo.
the Anime Ascension,
Yeah.
Diamendo, and Slayer is also considered not a great character.
That's why
right?
I'm glad you said that. I am so happy that Slayer won. Oh, first
Well,
off,
for second
Anime
place.
Ascension,
Yeah,
and
uh-huh.
then to go on to like repeat success to get
That is
second
really
place.
impressive.
Like a lot of people do not give Slayer. They're like, oh, he's nowhere near as good as he was in the other games. He doesn't have anything now. And I'm looking at Daimendo, and I'm just like, oh my god! Like it makes me so happy that he is like taking like this really. He's using. Playing Exert Slayer, and it
Yeah.
looks so good.
Uh-huh.
He's using it in such like
'Cause the thing
YRC
about it is,
canceling.
like,
Oh,
Because people
honestly,
get stuck in those old mindsets with the
Yeah.
character if they played him for forever.
And then plus the other thing too is XX Slayer was like stupid.
Yeah.
So if he's not as good as XX Slayer, he's probably still very, very scary, right? I
Look,
mean,
a lot of people did not know how to adjust to that character. I feel like playing him in a new engine actually threw a lot of people off. And like you said, a lot of people get stuck in the old mindset.
but he did get some buffs that he needed, like comboing off the overhead and everything
Oh yeah,
like that,
yeah.
right?
And
So-
plus on like counter, just for like basic counter and stuff. But he still had more than enough tools to operate. I mean, there
Right.
were small things that kind of attribute to that, but overall, he's still the same
yeah,
character.
I mean, the fact that he got 2nd place only to Marlon Pie. Marlon Pie, who was the only American in top 8 at EVO this past year. So he's like always been that U.S. Guilty Gear player, right? He's always been that guy. And sure enough, here is Daimendo just getting 2nd place right under
It's really
him.
cool.
Super TSB was really, really good.
I mean, the
Also
best-
in Kizzy, that was a great occurrence.
Oh yeah.
So apparently, I got the inside scoop for you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen to me now.
Okay,
So
okay.
apparently, Kizzy fell asleep. Right? He fell asleep in a house gathering, and while he was asleep, he kind of woke up. And he mumbled. He's like, I'm not shook. And I was like, yo, so Kizzy was shook the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And I attribute that to his showing at Super TSB. So we got to unshook my boy Kizzy. You got to become unshook. Head to the mountains. Do some meditating. Clean up
Focus.
your diet. You got to focus, man.
Yeah, you gotta find the yin.
Come back
yin to your
unshook.
yang.
Get well soon, Kizzy. The shookness, man. I just hate to see my boy out there shook on the East Coast. Couldn't contact nobody. My baby, Jesus Christ.
Can't be
Anyways,
Oh, people are saying the audio is crackling. Hang on 1 second. Let me do something.
Our lapel mics that we use here.
Yeah.
Uh,
We'll get right on
Our
that.
top. Let me just. Is it,
Oh, no,
is
don't
the
do that.
cable
Don't do
up?
that.
No.
Okay,
All right. Well, it's probably fine.
So much
it should be
money.
good. It should be good.
Shook.
But no, good stuff there. Good stuff to that.
Focus, Kizzy.
Good stuff to those players. But then there was also Blaze Blue there, and Jonah
Yeah.
took 1st place there. SKD taking 2nd. 3rd place was Flux. 4th place Grover, and 5th place tied was Jin and C. The Kizzy, is that the same Kizzy? No, it's a different Kizzy.
I thought Kizzy got like 9th or something.
Yeah, and 7th place
Shook.
was Gigitachi and Arm. So I did not get to see as much.
Yeah, I didn't
of
get to
that,
watch as
so
much Blaze Blue.
unfortunately-
By the way, those results did not show up on the stream that whole time.
What?
Nope.
They did not? I thought they were there.
Nope. It only showed. Yeah, you see the actual names don't show up.
Oh, the results are. Oh, yeah, you're right. They're all scrolled off to the side.
I mean, it's whatever. I just wanted
Yeah.
to let you know for the
that's
future.
fine. Whatever. It's all good. Okay, but that was TSB this past weekend, so good stuff.
Cool.
A
lot of cool events.
Take a break and we can talk about the Street Fighter V patch when we come back.
I just want to give a shout out to Sencal Standoff, which we did not talk
Oh,
about.
yeah,
Yes,
you're right.
House
You're
standoff,
right.
which is really sick.
It was actually really great. I enjoyed it. Fresno was actually pretty cool, and the event was good.
Made a lot of
It was
new fans down there.
Yeah, and it was in a cool venue.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
that
the venue
venue
was
was
really
sick.
cool.
It was
That
like
venue was a lot.
the Fantastic Four headquarters for like fighting games. It was sick, and they had a Wii U there. I mean,
Oh,
Switch
man.
with Zelda.
There was
and
these
I
little
was trying to
kids.
walk past it every time without getting spoilers.
Dude,
I
I was
was
walking
just
by.
like,
There was like these 5-year-old, they're just like kids. They were super young and they were playing for like the whole
I mean,
day.
they're probably like 10.
And all I was thinking was like, I should
they're,
just
they're
like.
probably like
oh,
they
man,
were
just try the
probably
game.
so young. They were like half of Sejam's age, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
that's
true.
super young. 10
But
years
yeah,
old.
did you see? I think you did see. Maybe it was you. We were talking about the one kid who just kept vulturing the whole time. He was just there, and he was like
Oh,
looking at the
yeah.
other kids, and he was just like waiting for his chance. And he would be like,
Gonna
"No,
do it."
don't go that way. Go the other way." And he was like trying to give the people
Backseat
directions.
driving, yeah.
Come on, man.
Gotta let
And
him
it
play.
worked. It definitely worked.
Yeah.
He got it, and then he was just on there for a long time.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, it was very cool.
Also wanted to mention that there was a Japanese Nationals Blaze Blue Central Fiction tournament this
Oh
past
wow, I didn't
weekend
even know
as
about
well.
this.
Yeah, Bravers Revel. And I don't have the results here, unfortunately. It says results, but I
Wow,
don't
really
see-
impressive stuff. Can't believe you won that.
At Bravers Revel.
Yes, that sounds like the best name possible for a Blaze Blue tournament.
Yeah.
to
Why
be
not?
honest with you. Yeah,
I definitely didn't know about
Rebel
this. I'm
One
gonna have to go
action.
read this.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
actually have
the
the
wheel
the,
of fate
the-
is turning.
It is.
They don't have the guys in here who won, so I would. They have a video here that probably has it, but they do not list the players, unfortunately. So I feel bad because the thing about it is the four of us don't play Blaze Blue, and I always feel like we kind of give Blaze Blue the shaft on this show.
No,
And
I was
got-
messing with it. It's just
I
I'm
mean-
not planning enough to keep
Right,
track
yeah,
of
yeah,
who's
yeah,
good right
exactly,
now.
Yeah.
exactly.
We cover
So-
what we can.
Back in the day,
Yeah,
I played, but
again, there's no hard it's not like any of us here like dislike the game.
I actually have the game.
I actually
Yeah,
think it's
I-
better than Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
You can
You can go.
shut your whore mouth. You can do that.
Right
Huh? You want to do that?
You're
Huh?
done.
You want to?
just get out of here, David.
Is that what you wanna do?
And we'll
Is
see you
that-
guys talking about the 5 patch after the break. We'll see you guys then.
All right, be right back, guys.
After the break.
Be right back.
I'm the couch genie. Thanks for sitting on me. Make a wish. No, I'm just kidding. Are we live? We're live.
You're saying he was rubbing the couch? What are you going
Right.
on?
Somebody was rubbing the couch.
How was he getting it out of the couch?
I don't know, dude.
Describing my tie, yeah, dude, I was upset because the thing about it is every stream we ever do, we're at a table. You can't see the lower half of us, so I was
Right.
like, I'll just take this extremely long tie that I have, and I will just tie it loosely. And
Was
it will
that like a
just be cut
reject
off.
tie? Did they like
Yeah,
call
why
for
is it
that
so-
back to the factory? And
They
you
had
just
a
say,
bunch
no,
of.
I'm gonna keep
It was like the last tie they ever made. They
It
just had all that
was-
extra fabric. They're like, all right, we'll
It was a tie that it's
Make
one
it
of
a
those
long
ties
tie.
that's designed to be one. It's supposed to be a little bit longer, and two, it's supposed to be like double Windsored and stuff like that.
Is that like a 7'3" person's
Yeah, I
tie?
know,
Just-
right?
It like doubles
picked it up at a big
as a
tall
tablecloth. That was like crazy, man.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, let's move on to the next topic here. Let's talk about this patch that was announced for Street Fighter V that's coming
yeah.
out supposedly at the end of April, which probably means April 30th, right? So
Whatever the last Tuesday of April is.
Yep.
I would
And,
guess.
a lot of people did not seem to be happy about this patch.
You right.
I mean, I tweeted that I thought it looked good, and
You
then
right.
a whole bunch of people were like, "You're the only person that I've seen who said that you're happy with the patch." And I was like,
I
"What?"
like some things about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like this is like actually the second version of this game now.
Okay.
The fact that they're adding in moves, I feel like the dynamic of the characters are going to get a lot more fleshed out.
Man, horizontal based kick attacks. What the hell does that mean? Like, technically, Dalsum stand medium kick is not horizontal. It's
Right.
diagonal.
I mean, we'll see how it works.
If it works against that move, then Capcom lied to us all. It's just big fabrication.
Because my guess was that they gave him that move so that he could, because standing fierce can't armor like Ken standing roundhouse.
Yeah, or
standing
medium kick from
round-
Dalsum,
yeah.
So I was
Weird.
wondering if they were going to give him that so he could have a way to counter. So here's the thing: if it counters Dalsum standing medium kick and it vacuums him in, like he just teleports into
Oh,
him,
man,
like
that would be messed
that
up.
is all.
That's all you're doing the whole round then.
Yeah,
So we're talking about the move that they're giving to Zangief.
Zangief.
Tundra something.
Tundra something.
It's like DP plus
Thunderstorm.
kick.
Yeah.
Plus punch actually.
Is it plus
Perform
punch?
a counter. Only works against
Oh.
horizontally angled kick attacks.
It doesn't say whether it works against airborne, horizontally based
Yeah.
kick
It doesn't
attacks.
work against jury stand fierce.
Yeah, some people were
That
saying
isn't,
Balrog
That's like
too.
kinda
Will it not
diagonal, though.
counter anything that Balrog has?
he doesn't have any.
Balrog stand roundhouse.
I mean, he finally stomps once, right? Balrog finally stomps one time, but like it's the only time he's ever.
Yeah, it sounds very specific. I wonder what it means.
So the question right now
What
is
does
that,
it
We have no idea yet.
like, honestly, we don't know anything about the way Zangief is right now until we find out how much frame advantage he has after the crouching throw
Yeah,
and
that's
after the
super important.
thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Though that's the two biggest parts about it, right?
If his new throw that only works against crouchers gives him advantage,
If it's like Mika advantage.
yeah.
And if Thunderstorm is legit. And if he's getting the up headbutt now.
Yeah,
right?
oh yeah.
So if you can do V trigger into up headbutt and
Yeah.
it does like a ton of stun, if those three things are real, then I'm not sure Gift loses to anybody.
You're talking about like
be the
lariat,
best.
lariat V trigger cancel
Yeah.
jump headbutt or something.
Well, you can't V trigger cancel Lariat. That'd be super sick
Oh,
though.
okay.
But no, I mean like the
When you
whole
suck
spin.
him in, yeah.
Oh,
Touch him and they
I
pop
and
see.
you
up.
get the combo.
Dash
you do
up and then
EX
go
power
power or
drive or
something
whatever.
like that. Yeah.
Or you could do this guy. Yeah, I feel like he might be actually be the best character.
Yeah, he sounds like he's going to be very powerful next time.
Yeah.
But it's hard to know until we see the moves.
Right.
Yep. I mean, it's just like Cammy's new air throw, right? Like,
Yeah.
why would you buff this character?
Does it
why
work-
didn't you nerf?
Does it work
But-
in her combos, or is it like only a regular air throw, right? Like, we don't know.
Exactly. And again, question is, how much frame advantage does she get after the throw?
Indeed.
Now,
Yeah.
some people
I
have
feel
seen
like
it.
there's no way that's good. Like there's no way
I
there.
hope so.
There is in no way that
I
this
hope it
character.
I mean, people have seen it. They saw it at the beta. So I'm just wondering how much it was. Remember the one at Capcom Cup
Yeah.
last year? She had the air throw.
Oh.
So I'm curious. I might have to talk to like Olaf or something because I know he was messing with it
Interesting.
to see how like if remembers how active she was afterwards. You know.
Yeah.
Because, like, if they're going to give her an air throw, she needs to throw the person to the ground, land on the ground, and, like, land on her knees in the Iron Man pose, and she just needs to stay there until the opponent can quick rise and be, like, -2. Like, that's the only way I feel like this move can be
Or just
fair.
make him go farther away from you.
Right.
Like her throw does, where you just get up instantly.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. My thing about the patch is that I feel like the tier list is not going to change that significantly.
Oh, Olaf is in the chat. Okay, hang on a second.
Well, how do you do?
Let's see. What did he say? It would have to be corner only neutral jump. Let's see here. He said, really the horizontal counter to be. Oh no, we're talking about. I guess the time hasn't gotten there yet, or something like that, because of the stupid delay on the chat, on the stream.
Well,
But in any case,
just I guess I feel like you're probably right that it's not going to change the tiers over much.
Yeah, so I don't think the tiers are going to change very much. I think that for the most part, all the top characters are going to stay about the same. Because besides Guile and Urian, pretty much everybody didn't get nerfed or were very small.
well, the one
Right?
character.
Like Bison didn't get changed.
Yeah,
Rashid.
They didn't
Karen,
do anything to Mika.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about specifically the characters I think are super top tier. Like,
Oh,
the top tier
okay.
characters,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Like Laura is like, and Cammy and Balrog, Bison, Rashid,
See, it's kind of
Buki. They're all like basically the same.
Right. It's kind of
Karen
weird. I mean,
Robinson.
that's kind of one of the reasons why I like the patch, though, is that they didn't change too much in the middle of the season. They're
Yeah.
going to try to let it rock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not too
kinda-
crazy what they
yeah.
changed.
I
It's
kinda-
not
the
that big a
only
deal.
character besides Zangief who has the potential to be like, whoa, is Vega.
Vega, yeah.
Is Vega
Oh, yeah.
Because he
I don't
got
know if
all
it'll be
these
that
claw
much.
buffs.
Yeah, I don't know
it's
if I believe it yet.
Yeah, I don't believe it, but the one interesting thing is I saw Arlieth tweet about it, and he was like, holy crap, some of this stuff could be super good.
Yeah.
And he
Maybe.
uses Vega, so, I
Yeah,
mean, he would have
it's
a
hard to
better
say.
understanding of what it is.
I feel like Vega's a pretty bad character, and I feel like they are buffing things that are like it's pressure, right? Like things do more damage and have more frame advantage.
But it's like they kind of left away the fact that they wanted him to be a stance character and play two different ways. Because a lot of people declaw at the beginning of the round because they want that plus, you know. But on the back end, I feel like they never gave you a reason to keep it on.
But they also said
now he has more advantage on the wall dive.
Yeah, so but they also said he got some new juggles too.
So
I'm curious to see what kind of new combos he'll get.
Yeah, we'll see.
I really wish that they made his neutral game better in the claw. Like I feel like there's like. Not Claw is the pressure character. Claw is the mid-range control character, and they're instead making the Claw character also the up-close.
Pressure
character. Right. I'm actually.
I don't know, man.
I'm scared about what that change that said to Cammy about the EX uppercut being to connecting combos a little bit better. Like I'm worried about that because if that means she can do that target combo, light drill, EX uppercut mid-screen. Like, I just think that would be a big mistake.
Yep,
like, just giving her that buff. And then, also, the other change that I'm really not happy about, probably the one I'm least happy about, is the Ken Thunder Kick change. Being negative 4.
That's weird.
I liked Ken being different that way.
Ibuki's overhead is also slow and safe.
Right.
I think the only difference is that Ken obviously has fake step kick and Ibuki doesn't.
But a lot of the Ken players say that fake step kick mix-up is not a real thing.
Yeah, you can fuzzy guard.
Yeah, you can. But that's my thought process too. Is like if Ibuki's overhead is super slow but safe, then I don't see why Ken's can either. They both can combo off of it.
I wish like Ken had kept it. Yeah.
I feel like he should have.
I'm looking forward to the Dalsum low attack.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Well, I mean, I remember hearing in Capcom Cup from a Capcom employee. I tweeted about this at the time that this Capcom employee told me that Sim was getting a new crouching medium kick, and that it was cancelable and you can combo into flame, and then it didn't show up and everybody was like mad at me. But now there it is. So presumably it's the same move that is cancelable and can combo into flame, and is like not. It's like okay in startup. It's like not the work, not terrible, not super fast. So if so, then I think that's nice because it sucks for Sim that he has no low poke. Like, there's nothing in this range for him that typically he would do, like, down back medium kick in older games. Now he has nothing like that, so it's useful.
Some people saying that if they gave Dalsum a low move, that would automatically shoot him up the tiers, but...
No, it's like marginally useful. It probably makes some matchups better. Okay. Some situations he'd be able to control better in. I think it certainly would be useful, but it wouldn't be, like, crazy good. I feel like they probably should have reverted some of the Chun nerfs, but that's not happening. Anyway, I'm cool in general with the fact that there are not big changes because I don't want big changes.
I feel like that'd be a bad way to go.
Yeah, you want to do it at the end of the season. Yeah. Big changes at the end of the season. Yeah, so I think like the tier list to me is mostly going to stay the same.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised. I think there'll be little shifts. Like I think Guile's going to shift down a little bit because his nerfs.
Yeah.
Maybe Urian will shift down a little bit, but pretty much everybody's the same, right?
Yeah.
It's not too bad. And then a lot of the weaker characters got a little bit of love. Like Fang got a lot of his buffs.
Yeah, that's a new character, man.
But here's the thing.
Baby.
But I mean, like,
almost as good as last season.
No,
Alex
but here's the thing, right?
Yo, I'm happy about Alex.
But like,
I'm happy about Alex. I actually was just talking about Alex to old Alex players who was like, yo, he's Garbo. I'm like, man, you got to give him a shot now. They gave him a little bit of love.
I mean, the thing about Fang, though, is that Sien actually saw those changes and was like, wow, I'm going to have him be my secondary again and stuff like that.
I know.
Yeah, I know,
Don't do it.
But
especially Ibuki's going to be so buff this patch because a lot of the other top tiers got nerfed.
But that's what he said. He was like, oh, now I will consider him being a secondary again.
Yeah, but he can have him as a secondary, though. No?
As long as he never picks him.
Literally for what matchup?
I asked him, I was like, what matchups would you play Fang in instead of Ibuki this season? He was like, maybe some that I'm a little bit more familiar with still, because I haven't fully transitioned to it. I'm like, so he's, nothing. All right, good to know.
Geef beats Fang, so...
Like, what do you
I feel like there's literally no matchup where Fang is a better character.
Than Ibuki, I don't know.
Yeah,
Ibuki is good. Like, this version, I don't think she's top 5, but next version she could be, because some characters could shift, but she's right around the same spot, so...
Yeah.
She will not be worse next patch.
No, I think she's going to go up a spot.
Only be better. Because of the nerfs to other characters. So, why would you change?
Yeah, Geef's gonna beat Fang even worse next patch.
Dude, I think Akuma's gonna be, crazy.
The health buff is certainly nice.
It's useful, right?
Nah, dude, I just thought he was good one, but I feel like you never had to deal with Akuma long enough for you to have to see any of it.
What do you get, like
Well,
25 extra life or
You got
something?
25
I mean, I'm
HP.
starting to fight against, like, I played against Adil a bunch, and his Akuma was super good, and, like, I can actually see a lot
He
of
was pretty
potential
good
there.
at it.
Well, you were using Zangief. That's a bad matchup. Dude.
Totally. And I can totally, I mean, I don't feel like that's going to change at all.
Right, no, I don't think that matchup
I don't
is
think
not
that's
gonna change.
gotta-
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
No, yeah, I feel like he's still in trouble in that match.
He's
so.
good, but not great, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about him.
I don't think Geef destroys Ibuki either. Although I do think he probably has an advantage. But
I feel like he definitely has an advantage.
yeah, I think he does. I just don't think it's like, oh my gosh.
Nah, it's not that.
It's not like Street Fighter 4, I
Mm-mm.
feel like.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to say about the patch?
I'm happy about the Dragon Punch change.
They're better.
Yes.
Yeah, because stuff like Kami V-Trigger Dive Kick would counter hit your uppercut on startup. That sucks.
Yeah.
It's like, how come my uppercut, my
Right.
anti-air uppercut got counter hit against the air move that's coming at me? That
Right.
feels gross. Like, you don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
It also makes autocorrect DPs a little better because you have to do autocorrect uppercuts super deep, and they'll get counter hit on startup sometimes, which is bad. That shouldn't happen.
But yeah, no, I mean I'm glad that they had a way to make it so that medium uppercuts just won't lose the jump attacks
Yeah,
anymore.
agreed.
Yeah.
Because I've done plenty of late uppercuts and got stuffed by something, and the worst part about it is you're never sure.
He didn't answer.
You know what I mean? You're like trying to, okay, the
I don't
one
believe
time
it.
I've tried.
Yeah, I don't believe
But
it.
see, that's the problem, right? So when I get
I
hit
used
by
the
the,
anti-air. I don't believe it.
I don't
Well, I
get-
didn't use it because
when I
I
get
did
hit
it.
by the jump attack, I'm not sure if I just did it too late because I
Yeah.
suck or if
Oh, fair
I got beat, right?
Fair.
And I just didn't know, and it was frustrating. So
Man, there were definitely some time. Like, as soon as I realized that characters had to spend meter to anti-air me,
You just
I was
jump at
just
him,
like,
right?
alright, jump medium kick, jump medium kick, jump medium kick, whatever.
Because then when you knock them down, they have no
Who
bar, and you're
cares?
like,
Yeah.
Cool, you can't hurt
I'm
me
gonna
anymore.
waste this guy.
Yeah, so that's good.
I
so
totally felt
I
the
feel
same
like
way.
yeah, I mean I feel like Geef and other like characters who want to get in will be like a little bit worse in those matchups, but you know, it's not that huge of a deal.
overall, what do you think of the patch?
Happy, it's light and I'm cool with that.
Steven?
Yeah, I felt pretty similar. I'm
Maybe
pretty happy with it.
content. Let me tamper it down a
Yeah.
little bit.
That was actually the
Content.
word I was gonna use.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the Urian changes.
Yeah.
That way, when I beat people, they have no more option selects.
He didn't have anything. He got slapped on the
He
wrist.
definitely got nerfed more than a lot of the other characters did.
I don't
but
think so.
He's still good. Like, I mean, if you compare his nerfs
He
to
was, I think he was like,
Balrog or Cammy or Laura or a lot of the characters that people had up there,
right.
he got
I
nerfed
think
a little
Urian
worse.
was probably second most nerfed out of everybody.
Besides Guile. I think Guile
Yeah.
got nerfed a pretty good amount. But he's still probably good because his archetype
Definitely a good character.
Dude, Ryu changes were barely anything, dude.
They
I
just
mean, well, it
reverted two
depends.
of the changes.
I hope that it makes him better. I hope it makes him better because
The
I mean,
problem-
to be honest with you, my biggest sad thing about the patch, I like the patch overall, but I really do feel like Ryu, Chun, Fang didn't get enough. Nash didn't get enough. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
Alex,
Alex, yeah.
Vega.
I still think Urian is top tier for people in the chat.
Yeah.
Talking. I just think that the other top tier characters with him got less nerfs.
Yeah.
So he probably took a little bit more than them, but
I don't
He's
think
still
it's,
very
I
good.
don't think he's gonna move. Like
he's definitely going down.
I don't think so. Because I don't think he was.
Urian?
I don't think he's
It's
gonna go.
logic. You have to logically think about this.
That's just how
if-
much better he was than other characters.
Yeah, exactly.
How
I was
does it
just saying.
logically make sense that he gets nerfed and another character doesn't when they're at a similar level and it doesn't
Yeah,
shit?
I know.
Because you think he's
Come
at
on,
a
you
sim-
have to use your. Come on.
It's granular, man.
Yeah.
It's no, I'm talking to you.
I get why you would say
It's
that.
granular, all right. It's not like they're all relative.
Yeah,
floating
that's what-
around.
Yeah,
it's
but-
like you got to go down like there's like a notch, right?
If you just look at the
Thank
show,
you, I'm-
if you just look at the list outside of it, like
Because the
he
thing,
probably went down like a spot or two.
Right. I
you
mean,
know,
but the thing
nothing
about it
crazy.
is,
No,
like,
I don't
I
think
mean,
it does
honestly,
say it. He's
most
the same
of the people,
character.
most of the people that I talk to say Urian is number one. I talked to F Champ. He's like, Urian is by far the best. I talked to Ricky. She was like, oh, Free, the character's the best character. Like
Those people
all
don't know
the
what
top
they're talking
players-
about, James.
All the top
They play
players
Street
that I
Fighter
talk
for a
to say
living.
that
I
Urian-
will have none of it.
To be-
Good day, sir.
To be fair, I also talked to people who told me they didn't think he was number one.
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
know,
like Flash.
everybody
who
has
also said
different
Cammy
opinions.
didn't think
Yeah,
was in
he has
top
a-
five.
he has
I
a
don't think he's
very-
number one either.
He has a very weird tier list. No, I don't think he's number one either. I talked to like
Flash has always thought weird stuff, man.
yeah, he has a
Oh,
very
yeah,
weird
Literally
list.
always.
But like-
He's a smart player, but he's always been out there.
Punk told me he thought he was like 7th or 8th, and I was like, oh, I don't know if he's that low, but yeah, he's not. I don't think he's the best, but if you look at the total buffs and nerfs, I'm surprised that a lot of the other I'm just surprised that the boxer change is just health.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
That seems really
Can I
surprising.
tell you
to me,
what
right?
I'm a little bit concerned about is
The turnaround punch?
That turnaround
It's
punch
so good.
check. I'm a little concerned.
It's
A
about
little
that.
concerned?
A little
Yeah.
concerned.
Did we
about
not
that.
see where PR Rock always?
Hey, wait, shut up, Urian.
Did-
Sheep, you
did-
got
did-
it. Nope,
did-
Urian's
did-
broken. Shut up. Nope, you're not allowed to say anything.
I can see.
Urian's
I
broken.
can see
No.
it all.
Yelling.
I can see it
Loud
all,
noises.
baby.
My
I can
logic
see
is
it
loud
all.
noises.
See, look, see.
I
These
got you.
Urian players, man.
I got you good.
But really
It's a-
though, that boxer stuff is
It's
like
crazy, right? I can't believe it.
that might be too much.
Urian players are the new Ken players.
They might be.
You're crazy.
Oh, well,
Look, just because neither of you know how to fight against character does not mean.
Well, evidently, a lot of people don't either because
I think
they.
Beef's gonna beat Urian next patch.
I think he
I
probably
think
will
so.
too.
Yeah.
No, but I do think it'll be even.
I think it'll be a 7-3. Nah, yeah, it'll probably be even. I think that like the matchup now is Urian beats him, so it's like
Like very slightly. But
yeah, it's not that bad. He definitely got the nerfs he needed. Like the
Yeah,
headbutt.
yeah.
The one I'm happiest about actually is the headbutt recovery whiff, because before EX headbutt it just whiffs and you're just like. It's just instantly
Honestly,
recovered. It reminds me of Saberwolf's Shadow Eclipse in KI. Like he just
Yeah.
whiffs it and then he's like, "I'm fine."
Yeah, honestly,
how's it going?
like, although everyone probably would think that I'm happiest mostly about the EX tackle change, I'm actually most happy about the low forward being reverted back to my
I like
state.
Yeah, I mean that's a change that like those are the most obvious changes, right? It's the revert the health, the low forward, the EX tackle.
Because like once he got you to the mirror, he just did low forward, low forward, low forward, and like spun around like a top, and like you couldn't counter poke in the between there.
Oh
at
yeah,
all.
I mean you can anyway. If he
Right.
does a different button, it doesn't matter. But yeah,
But no, I
I
want to see.
mean the
what
mirror
people
is
do.
there. The mirror is what's the scary part. The low forward is.
Do you guys
just,
think that you're gonna need to have 2 characters or more?
I've always felt like you needed.
I think it depends on who you play.
I think it depends on who you play. Yeah, I was about to say that
Yeah.
like if you're Cammy, I don't think you need to.
Mm.
I still don't think she loses to anybody.
Damn.
Yeah.
I honestly thought she was the best character in season 2, and now in 2.1 she got buffed and a lot of people got nerfed, and so now
She
I
got
think
that
she's
dragon punches back.
I
Yeah.
think she's free number 1 right now, and I don't think she loses a single match. Like people say, Birdie Zangief that she
No,
loses.
that's
I don't think that's
super
true at
old
all. I don't think
theories.
that's true at all.
So that sounds like 3 months in a season 1 theories. To me.
Yeah.
I think Geef beats Vega personally. I talked with Donka about it, and he thinks that it's about even. So I don't know. But basically, he said that Vega is a pile of butt, and he's just gonna ditch the character. So.
It's a good choice.
Damn.
Well, I mean, he's
Maybe after the
touching
patch,
Colleen
Well,
a
he
lot
doesn't think
more,
that's going to be
so,
variable because
Yeah.
it doesn't buff. The problems are not that like he has no pressure. It's like
That's
what do
he's
you
got.
do about the mid range?
Yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't have anti-airs, that's for sure. Forward Fierce is minus 800.
Yeah, it's so
No,
bad.
it's
I don't know.
actually true. I mean,
Yeah.
Spab actually says that he thinks it's going to be funny when all these people switch to Cammy and none of them win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's the best character in the right hands. I don't think she can lose to anyone, but she definitely takes a little more work than most of the most of the other top tier characters. I've always said I feel like she's the most honest of the top tier, but I think she's like the best.
I don't know about all of that.
Yeah, I don't know. If
I don't
I'm
know
with you
about all
there.
of that. That's.
I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
compared to Laura, knee V trigger, you died. Balrog, I charge you, V trigger, you died.
Cammy is crouching fierce, V trigger, you die.
Yeah, but it's
No,
not.
Yeah,
as
she's
bad.
not.
Pretty
She's
good.
not
It's
as
not as-
shenanigans.
She has
Um,
to make you guess a few, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I'm
feel
not.
like she's more about control than like.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And
Here's the
exactly.
comeback, you know. It's
I don't
not-
know. If, yeah, and I don't know if I consider just control honesty. You know,
I do.
the ground game, the speed of her walk speed and her normals is like so
Oh yeah.
overwhelmingly strong. Along
I just
with
say
her
control.
air approach. It's
That's
so
her
good.
strength. She has that control over the ground game
Cammy
to
doesn't
push you
get-
wherever she wants you
Yeah,
to go.
I mean,
and the fact now that she's gonna have a reliable anti-air. She's gonna
Yeah.
be able to jump up there just in case you jump first. Like
Yeah.
that character's gonna be
Oh,
good.
we haven't even mentioned the changes to crouch to throw tech OS.
Oh, yeah, but they're
Well,
saying it's
when
still
they,
in
I
there.
mean, like Spab
Yeah, we'll
actually.
see, yeah.
Anyways,
I'm really sad about that nerf.
I am too, actually.
I really don't
I think
like
that's
it.
really
I'm with
bad.
you. Yeah, I don't like it either.
I think it's a bad idea. I think the problem with this game is that there's already very few defensive options.
Right.
They heavily nerfed view reversals this season, which
Right.
the reason, I mean, they haven't said the reason, but the reasoning has to be because view reversals give you a lot of gray damage. And they make gray damage more powerful, so they're like, oh, we have to nerf view reversals. I wish instead they made view reversals give you less gray health, but kept the speed up, because now it's like you have bad V reversals that don't work against a lot of options and are very option selectable or baitable.
Didn't they add more active frames to it for the upcoming season or no?
For which?
No, they changed the crouching V reversal so they come out just as fast.
Yeah.
I guess there was a bug that no one knew about.
Yeah, right, but so they like nerfed the V reversals in season 2, and then they nerfed throw tech OS now. Like the defensive options are so bad. I think that Street Fighter 4 had a ton of defensive options, probably too many.
Agreed.
But
it
this
definitely
game
had too many.
does not have enough. It's like
there's some middle ground
The thing
in there.
about
They want you to press button. They don't want you to. I don't think it's more about getting away. Yeah, they want you to try to fight it out and then return back to that neutral just outside of that freaky range.
It makes 3-frame buttons with that
The thing about
reversal
it-
and counter combo so powerful.
Yeah, it makes it too good. But that's why you said like having that throwback, that jump OS definitely gives a defensive option, like a take to the game that will always be there. Like, but now that they took it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Universal
feel
defensive
like
options.
people are gonna be able to do it anyway. Now they just have to do like the KOF quick jump thing. You know what I
Maybe.
mean? Like
If
the
it gets
up
super
down.
hard to do, though,
It just depends on how they implement it, because
Right.
it could be like that you would just be
Right.
manually more difficult, or they might have just gotten rid of it too.
Right.
It's
But
possible.
and then on top of that, if they make it more difficult, not many players even use jump back throw OS. I think that it's just gonna make it even, more scarce in top level play.
Yeah, I think the defensive options being worse sucks. And a lot of people were getting better at chasing throw tech OS.
Right, exactly.
That's
That's
super
the
cool,
thing.
right? Isn't that cool?
It was a lot of that at
Yeah.
South by Southwest.
I like watching that stuff.
And
It's fun.
RB when he chased it with
Yeah,
the
I was like, oh man,
I was
almost
like,
fell off
oh,
my chair.
man.
I mean, even in season 1, he used to chase it with headbutt.
Yep.
So and he did it at South by Southwest too.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. But anyway, that's being nerfed. All right.
You
That makes me
want to
sad.
take a break and then come back and just finish off the rest
Sure.
of the topics? Okay, we'll be right back, guys. We'll be right back.
Yeah, hopefully we would never have a situation like Seth having a command grab or a extremely hit invulnerable safe on block option on the other side.
Yeah,
That was not a good idea.
No.
Hopefully that never happens again.
And it was
Anyway.
like
But I mean-
never changed.
But I mean,
always
honestly
existed.
though,
It
why
made me
is
really
that?
sad.
Why is that different than what Mika and Alex can do?
Because it's not safe. They can get EX'd by whatever.
Oh, because
They
they
can
can get
get-
EX, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can-
Uh-huh.
You can theoretically view reversal. I mean, you can
Yeah,
Like,
you
even-
can hard call them.
like even if you jumped out of Seth.
But I mean, like-
as Geef, if I jumped out of Seth's stuff, like what
it
did I
just helped
even
him.
get? Yeah,
like
who
you're like,
cares?
oh cool, you got away from me. When you
Right.
come
But
back
what
in, I'm
about-
gonna put you right back there.
Yeah.
What about a character like Mika or Laura who don't have an EX move that can beat
That's the
that?
problem, all right. I mean, they have fantastic offense and not good defense. Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Yeah,
but
and
when it
they don't
comes
have an
to Seth,
uppercut.
They don't
Yeah,
have
that
like,
beats other uppercuts.
Seth's uppercut beat almost everything.
Right,
It was only
exactly.
some EX moves that it lost to. That was absurd.
you can use it in
Yeah.
defensive. I was like, oh, you get too close. I got the meter. I'm still gonna be safe. Like,
Yeah, or you
See,
try
that's
to bait
why-
his uppercut out and he just command throws you. It's
This
like
is why that I wanted
That's
I
so-
wanted so
good
much-
times, guys.
yeah, people complain about guessing in Street Fighter 5. Do you remember what it's like when you pressured Seth and
Oh
he just
my
like
God, it was so
woke
Street
up
Fighter 4.
SPD'd you and you're like,
God knows I love that
Seth
game.
jumps in on you. What does he do? You just have to come. It's a stupid guess.
Yeah.
There's no weight to it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
guesses are
There's,
supposed to
you
have
can't.
like
There
weight
is
to
in
it.
no way.
Right.
You legit is like, this is definitely a jump in. I have to guess right now. And
if
Anyway,
you make
that was a
guess,
bad game,
Yeah,
so.
if you make a guess,
thank you. Yeah.
Make a guess on Mika doing command throw, you jump out and punish. If
Yeah.
she,
Right.
if she
Yo,
does the
I'm telling you
strike
right
and you
now.
guess right, you do EX uppercut, you're fine. Just accept.
Okay.
Sure, you can do everything. And it hits you 3 times, which
I was
is so
just about-
annoying. Why does it have to
And
hit
you
so
can,
many
you can
times?
option select into the follow-ups. Oh my, what a terrible character. Anyway, I don't want
he
to
was
think about this character ever again.
Super annoying.
Fucking. I mean, stupid.
I hope I never see him again in my
No
life.
fucking annoying character.
Man, I hated that dude.
So
Ugh.
annoying.
God.
Okay,
Why would you do that? James?
what happens? What else
I
are we
mean,
talking about?
I can't
Pissing
say
my
anything. One of
Cheerios,
the first
man.
times I did commentary for Street Fighter 4, I went on a F-bomb
Oh.
tirade about Seth because I thought he was the stupidest character ever.
He is.
So.
He was the best character back then, and Seth players. Like remember Arturo
esport
Saban?
is.
He was like, "Oh, Seth's not that great."
Josh the Funk Doc. Yo, shout out to that guy. Played Midwest Championships, and I was playing Zangief nonetheless. I played Josh the Funk Doc, Vanilla Street Fighter 4, and when I tell you he beat the shit out of me,
Yeah.
and I was like, it was a good game, Steve. Hey, man, I really don't think this is going to be the game for you. And like just walked off. I was
Are
like,
you serious?
oh yeah, he was right.
Damn.
No,
Good.
he's my friend.
being a
Thank
nice
you.
guy.
He
Yeah.
was telling me, he was like, he's like, Steve,
I like that
I know
dude.
by the way you play, this is don't even do it to yourself. I was like, you got it. And then they brought Cody back, and I was like, damn it. I'm gonna go try it again, and I just pissed myself off all over again.
Yeah, he sucked and he just moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what else is going on
A
the old docket
lot
up
of
there?
game news. A lot of game
Must be nice
news
to be a
going
Candy
on
player.
here. So I've got events and games news. So Evo Japan was announced, and they haven't revealed the lineup, but they announced the date and the location. They said it's going to be taking place in Akihabara,
Yeah.
which apparently they said they chose that location because it's the most English friendly. I guess there's a lot more like.
I feel like a lot of the places in Tokyo are English friendly,
Okay.
but
That's true.
yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's a cool place to go for gamers, I guess, because there's a lot of video game shops. And
But it's officially announced for January 26th through 28th in 2018.
So you got a year.
yeah.
A lot of people, get ready,
Sweet.
just get ready and just start saving your money up so you can travel to there, plan properly. So,
GoFundMe is January 26th.
yeah. But apparently
Evo
the
Japan.
lineup will be announced at Evo,
Evo.
this year.
Oh, cool.
The lineup will be announced at Evo this year, and in tying with that is that they said that there's going to a pre-Evo Japan tournament. I
Yeah.
guess this summer that's going to be like Sai, which is going to run a bunch of events over there as well.
Yeah.
So, but I heard Street Fighter V is not going to be there.
There's some kind of licensing
Yeah,
issue or something like that, they
But
said.
they'll have Xrd, they'll have Tekken, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, they're gonna have Tekken. They're gonna
Four
have Guilty
booms.
Gear there. So,
Nice.
Yeah. So it's gonna
Those are
be
good games.
It's gonna be the Tasty Steve event. They should just call it the
Tasty Cup Invitational, man.
Cup Invitational.
That sounds good name.
That sounds
Yeah.
pretty nice.
So much damage.
So much damage. Welcome.
Speaking of
definitely
Mic drops
Evo,
down.
So much damage. Like fireworks go off. That'd be
Oh my
sick.
god, is that really the voice actor for Akuma? Oh my god.
That was so sick. It's the highlight of the
God.
Japan
it
trip.
was super cool.
I'm
Yeah,
definitely
it was
about to
super
review
cool.
that. I told myself, I was like, man, I gotta talk about this because it was so sick.
Just completely silent.
It was great. It was great. Great
Real
clip.
quiet. And
Dude,
then
Eric
the
was
guy,
like,
the
he
guy
was like,
just starts
I
screaming.
know what happened in your head. Because you have the mics on, the headphone on, and you can't hear yourself at all. So I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. And I look at Mark, and Mark's like, what are you doing?
The room is just silent. There's no noise. You guys were basically commentating all the reveals to the English audience. So
Not Evo Japan Shoegazer. We're talking about the pre-tournament, the side tournament
Oh,
Yeah.
that's taking place this
Yeah,
summer. in
you
Japan,
gotta
so.
think Street Fighter will be at Evo Japan.
Yeah,
It'd
of course,
Be strange
yeah.
if not.
But speaking of Evo, Anime Evo, which is a group that usually runs a bunch of like poverty games on the side, has announced their official lineup for Evo. So Anime Evo is going to be running Accent Core Plus R, GGXX Accent Core, Dengeki Buko Fighting Climax Ignition, Under Night in Birth EXE Late, Melty Blood Actress Again Current Code, Gundam Extreme vs Full Boost.
Oh,
Vampire Savior, Nitro Plus Blasters, Chaos Code, New Sign of Catastrophe,
damn.
Aquapaza,
Sounds like a new episode of Dragon Ball Z.
dude, I don't know.
Puyo Tetris,
Oh, James is in
and
that.
Arcana Heart 3 Love
I
Max.
was wondering why he was
gross.
reading them all.
The
And
one-
then Tetris came up, and I was like,
The one
oh.
game that they said that they weren't going to do that a lot of people asked them to do was Ultra Street Fighter 4. And they said that they
For
just
Anime
didn't feel
Evo?
the game was anime enough.
Sounds
for
right.
them.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, just because, like, look, Street Fighter 4 isn't going to get many entrants, which I guess, I don't know, is that why people thought that it should be included? Because there are other games
No,
there
just
that
a lot of
don't have
people
a lot
wanted
people?
to play it.
Oh,
Just a
well,
lot
I
of
don't
people
know.
wanted
Anyway.
to play it, so.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it would fit.
Yeah.
Not with Anime Evo. If you want to run it, just run a
Yeah,
Ultra
I
side
mean,
tournament,
just
right?
it's gonna be an easy way to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
So
You only need a couple of pages for the brackets. Shouldn't be that much.
Jeez.
okay. Also, there's a new Smash event coming to Atlantic City called Royal Flush, which will be a Melee and a Wii U tournament. Will be taking place on May 12th through the 14th. There's a $10,000 combined pot bonus,
Bot bonus.
and it'll be hosted at the Tropicana Resort and
Ooh.
Casino.
Interesting.
There you go, Royal.
Is it being, well, who's putting up the 10K for it?
I
Does
don't
it say? I just wonder if the casinos themselves are involved.
A shadowy figure has emerged.
But it's going to be in Atlantic
new
City.
calendar.
Some money
Apparently,
laundering scheme.
Leffen, Hungry Box, SFAT, and
It's the
Hacks
boss
are
from
already
KOF
confirmed.
14.
Oh, nice.
I wonder if Royal Flush is going to go. He should. Just
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like
so-
his name is in there somewhere. He's got to do it right.
I
It's
know,
like
right?
who's involved.
Also,
Yeah, you said a bunch of big Smash players are going.
Mm-hmm.
Like 500 people are gonna show up for sure, free.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Also, there's going to be on April 1st and 2nd, there's going to be an event called the Michigan Masters 2017. It's going to be showing up there. There's going to be over 20 tournaments there with 1K in pot bonuses. Hotel 10-minute walk away. I don't know if they have the full list of games. Well, I see this graphic here with like 7,000 games in there.
KOF 14,
Yeah.
Skullgirls,
Blaze Blue.
Fighters Climax. Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Everything
Blaze
is
Blue,
in there.
Smash.
Everything is in there. So.
All the games.
Tag 2, Marvel 3. What is that? Is that Girl? Oh, that's Vampire Savior. Third Strike.
Sick. Nice. But yeah, this will be hosted by Joe's Gaming Center in Sterling Heights, Michigan. And it will be streamed on twitch.tv/the almighty LPZ.
Why? Well, look, Michigan Masters. You guys should just change that name to Michigan Mashers. I just don't think that's cooler.
Genius.
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't they do that?
Seems like a very easy
Mashers.
switch.
Yeah, it's true. Actually.
Even,
you know
even
what?
graphically, it would be easy, right?
But you just don't want to
TNH.
give that feeling of mashing in fighting games, right? I mean, come on.
I mean, it's for fighting. Nobody is gonna know about it except for like fighting game players.
Exactly,
True.
dude.
Who
Even
are
the
all
logo would be
mashers.
cooler. You could make an M, just one big
Well,
M,
I mean,
and then mashers.
Even the best
That'd be
fighting game
sick.
player in the world is kind of a mash. Like he's mashing buttons.
But see, I mean, like, to be honest with you, I mean, like, even like when we went to
They're really
SenCal,
cool.
they were in their newspapers and everything like that.
That's true.
Right? So, you know.
SenCal mashers.
I mean, if you're reading the Fresno
B?
Daily Fresnoan, I don't know. Like, do you know what mashing is in the
Yeah,
car?
I
Does
know,
that
right?
mean
It
anything
doesn't
to you?
mean it doesn't mean anything. So
Yeah.
I know. I'm being.
I don't know what their newspaper's called.
The Daily Fresno.
Definitely the Daily.
I thought you were gonna say the Daily Bugle, for some reason.
Oh,
And then you
Fresno
said the
Fresher?
Fresno.
the Fresno Refresher. Fresh in Fresno.
you'll get it someday.
You're getting there.
All right.
Those are all good names.
That's
guys.
all I had for events. Let's move on to some gaming news here. Just announced, one of the new silhouettes was revealed from KOF. They already announced
Yamazaki.
but they're adding in Yamazaki, who beats you over the head with fish and all sorts of other.
Yeah, he
really
grabs
cool
a
things.
different item from all the stages.
Right, exactly.
That
It's
was
so
a really
cool.
good trailer, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that trailer was sick.
Yeah, like, check
I'm
out his-
sad he
check
doesn't
out
have
his
the knife
tongue.
anymore though.
Oh, did he not
He
have a
doesn't
knife?
have. He doesn't have the knife.
Oh, he's not doing the knife.
I don't think he does it
okay.
anymore.
That's a bummer.
Interesting.
Yeah, Fresno B.
That's what I said too. I just said the
Sure
Fresno
is.
V. Man, of course that didn't hurt me. Anyways, there we go. There's Yamazaki there, sticking his tongue out at.
Yo, that trailer was sick.
It was a good
really
one.
good.
Yeah, I'm super happy. I
The
mean,
game still does not look very good, but
I
that
think-
character, like in terms of his animations and his, I don't know,
Yeah.
kind of how he looks, not graphically, if that makes sense. I think he looks really cool.
I just
I-
want to see how he's gonna play in the game now,
Yeah,
especially in this new system. Like he gives a very 98 feel to me, and that's why I'm really like hype about the character. So
I want a zone with. Be sick.
yeah.
Knock people
I'm
out.
excited.
man, he
I'm
still has
excited
a
about that
projectile
character.
counter, and it's like huge now. Like oh man,
Man.
Cool character for sure.
that trailer was
He was
sick.
one of my
The trailer
favorites in
was
the
so good.
CBS games, dude. I
Mhm,
used to
same.
love playing him.
Yeah, the trailer was really, really good.
Also, I'm super happy. I think right now it's officially either 65 days or 64 days, but they've announced
Oh,
the
yeah, release
U.S.
date.
release date for Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2.
It's in
It
May.
is going to be on
With all the other games.
May 26th.
Yeah, it's gonna be
And
crazy.
they said that you can pre-purchase it for $40 right now.
Ooh.
So
Oh.
the full price of the game is $40, and I believe
The
the upgrade
upgrade.
will probably be around $20.
Yeah, I think they said the upgrade is $20.
Did they? Okay.
Doing
I
it.
feel like I read that somewhere that the upgrade is $20.
I know the Japanese one. That's about the price of it.
Ah.
Like
Yeah.
that they announced the Japanese price
I
for
see.
it. So, but yeah, that and then also there's going to be a third and final location test for it. They've been showing some.
What's going on right now, isn't it?
Yeah, have you seen some of the footage?
Yes,
dude?
they showed first they showed gameplay for biking, and she definitely looks like Classic's biking. Like Air 5K still instant pops up. Counters look like they work the same. It seems like they're harder to get out though.
Dude, I just can't freaking understand. Like every time they make new characters, they get so much better at the animation with
Oh,
that style.
yeah.
The intro for biking, the instant
Did you
kill
the
for
instant kill?
Did
It,
you see
it,
Answer's?
it zooms
Oh,
out.
Did you see
Yes,
Answer's
yeah.
instant kill?
Yeah, they show the instant kills for
Jesus.
both of
Oh,
them.
really?
Dude,
Oh,
it's
shit.
like Bikins. It zooms. It shows
check
her
it
like
out.
fighting, and then it closes like a
The
silhouette.
doors, like the way it is.
But it shows like the koi fish in the pond, but she cuts everything in half, and you see it fall, and then it
Really
zooms
good.
out further, and it's on a TV like an old samurai
Yeah,
movie. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
and then
man.
The
the
insta kills
answer-
are so sick.
The answer jumps like on a giant snake,
Yeah.
and the snake like launches you up in the air and
like
beats
Super
the crap
Naruto.
out of you, and then eats you.
It did remind me of Naruto. That's what
Yeah.
I was thinking
Dude,
too.
like the animations are ridiculous. Like Baiken looks so cool. I'm like,
Yeah, they look really well done.
I'm super happy about this.
And the release date is in May, which is super busy time.
Yeah, everything's coming out in May.
Yeah,
dude.
Injustice
everything.
2 will be releasing in May. That game is coming
Tekken.
out in May. Tekken is
Tekken's right there.
June 2nd,
Right.
so it's right after, yeah.
Yeah, but that was after it was delayed a little bit.
Yikes,
right?
man.
So. Shin
That's a lot of
Hisako
stuff.
is out now. Shin
Yo, what's
Hisako.
up with the Shin Hisako, man? That is
Ooh, yeah,
that
she's
caught
pretty
my
interesting,
eye.
man.
She is really cool, actually. I think that my favorite thing about Killer Instinct characters is when they have the clone characters, or the characters who are like built off another character. Like clearly, a lot of her
They're like
animations.
EX characters.
Yeah, a lot of the animations are built off
Even
of.
more different, I would say.
They're
Yeah,
super
really?
different. Like
Yeah.
Kilgore and Fulgore are very, very different. Shin Hisako and regular Hisako are very different from each other. Like you can tell a lot of the animations are reused, but in like completely different ways. Like, you know, it's like Kilgore has the same blade dash kind of looking thing that Fulgore has, but it functions completely different. Like it shoots guns from really far away and stuff like that. So they do a really good job of, even with the clone characters, like making them play completely unique.
Yeah,
and she's not the last character either. There's another character after.
She's like a Rekka character whose
Yeah.
regular dash is basically like a
Teleport
command
dash,
dash
right?
teleport
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
that ends up with you dropping down from the sky, like
Yes.
right next to the opponent. So moving around with her is really weird because you can't just dash normally,
Yeah, exactly.
right? So you have to walk. So that's cool. And then she has a fireball that is basically like Venom plus Leo's.
Yes, exactly.
So you stick out the fireball and then you hit it, and it turns into like the big ol' X like Leo, but it can go horizontal or up, or you can do it in the air and it goes down.
Yes.
Oh,
And
that
it moves
sounds
quite
cool.
slowly, so
Yeah.
you can follow it up with whatever.
Mix up some
and then
whatever you
her
want.
instinct, yeah, keep in mind she has a teleport, right? So
Yeah, so it's like
Oh yeah.
so then she also has her instinct is this roaming hands
Hands, the
that come
creepy
from the
hands.
ground.
It
that
from the
it's a-
pit.
Uh-huh. And it's a command grab. It's a command grab projectile. So,
Oh,
so
man,
imagine
that
this.
sounds cool.
So you have this very slow moving projectile and a teleport and the little
Hey,
hands
it's
moving
like a
along.
horror movie,
you're done.
man.
Yeah, you're done.
How you get out of that?
I'm hella down for that character.
No, because
Very interesting
the,
design.
the creepy hands are from Hisako's stage. She has like a ultimate, or like the stage ultra
Yeah,
or
it's like
whatever,
it pulls you
where
in.
yeah, you get pulled down. So they took the animation from the stage and that, and it made it like a slow crawl projectile on the ground. Where if you
Alright.
if you land on it, you just get stuck. So people have like setups
It's like
and stuff where
Testament.
they like end
Ah,
their
that's what I was
combo
thinking.
and
It's
then
crazy,
they force
man.
you on to like the hands. So like you just like do something and you're just
It's
stuck.
really hard to escape.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
super
move
hard.
called the Dead Man's Hand?
Maybe.
It's called the instant grabby hands. That's what I say.
Good job, Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac names all the move names, and when he gets on commentary, he calls it exactly what it is.
Yeah.
They hit him with the rolling ball.
I commentated with him at KI Cup, and I don't think he did actually. I don't remember him saying anything that wasn't like Dragon Punch or Fireball. I don't feel like he did any of that stuff, and I certainly did not because I don't know any of the
the
names.
move
at all.
names are wacky, right? No one knows the move names.
Yeah, they're all like Nikali names.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah,
Tomb
but
of Altercations.
Shin
It's like,
Hisako looks cool, Baiken looks cool, Answer looks cool. On the
Yeah.
opposite side of the spectrum, they announced 2 new characters for Injustice 2.
Oh.
Firestorm and no.
The
In all
Candle,
seriousness,
Dead Kill
yeah.
and somebody
Flamio.
Cat.
and Cat Lady.
No,
Oh, Cheetah.
I mean,
Talking about Cheetah.
like Cheetah
Not
looks.
Catwoman.
Cheetah looks decent. But,
She looks terrible. Are you serious?
dude,
Thank
compared
you.
to Firestorm, dude.
I think she is
Firestorm
the
is like a
grossest.
candle.
You know what I was thinking about while I was watching the animations, is that when they have the characters talking during the intro, they have the faces, but like the faces don't move like humans. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
when somebody's talking,
uh-huh.
you talk a little bit, you move a little bit, right?
Right,
But
uh-huh.
like their head is exactly the same, and that's all
yeah,
that changes. It's only this
it
one.
morphs inside.
Yeah.
Like
Seriously.
Nothing
the
else
head
is
doesn't
animated
move,
and
you know what I
moving,
mean?
yeah.
It's super weird looking.
And I
And
just
I
don't
just
know
feel like her
Firestorm-
face is.
Oh yeah, no, her. Yeah,
Yeah, I
my
mean-
goodness. It's so terrible.
It's not gotten any better since.
It's like surprisingly terrible. I feel,
I
even
feel-
in the context of that game.
I wonder if like inside the office they're like, all right, so we got another girl character coming out. How bad can we make this?
Maybe.
Like how much can we make people?
I feel like they're doing it now to make us say that they changed it, like they improved it. They're like, yo, we're really gonna get these guys now.
Right, they make
Release
it- they make
ugly
it look
Cheetah,
bad,
and it's like,
and then-
Jesus Christ, she looks like a brick. Wait till the update. You just see it
Because they
Man,
showed off-
Cheetah's hot. You know, like
They shut off Dr. Fate, and he looked awesome.
Dr. Fate looks sick
so
as shit.
good. I'm definitely playing
Man,
Dr.
that
Fate,
character
man.
looks cool. Like,
Yeah.
I really like that character. Like, of the characters
Candleman.
now,
I mean, look at this
can't.
thing, dude. Look
Yeah,
at
check
this
out
thing.
Fireman over there.
Flaming
God,
out.
it's
He
so
looks
whack.
exactly
Even when
the
he
same.
wins and he does the spin around takeoff, if I had a tomato, I would peg him in his face. That's how lame he
This
looks.
game needs to come out on PC so they can mod in the candle from what Disney movie is the candle?
from
in?
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, they got to mod in the
Yeah,
candle where
dude,
he's
he
like
should just be
walking
sitting there and
around.
go, be
Lumiere,
my
right?
artist,
Yeah,
be artist.
Yeah, that
Puts
needs
all
to happen.
service to the test.
That would be
you know?
really sick if
God.
we need a PC mod of him as the candle from Beauty and the Beast.
Anyway, their gameplay looks interesting,
Super
alright?
great, yeah.
They look like they have cool gameplay ideas.
Oh, but they showed like Cyborg
That is
too.
that-
They
she
showed
looks like-
Cyborg.
Look at
Oh,
that
jeez.
face.
Looks
Oh
like
my
the
gosh.
grandma from Resident Evil 7, right?
Well, I don't know.
Definitely
No
looks
spoiler.
like the grandma from Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
I know that old face anywhere.
I-
I've
like
seen
hard
her
to
in
look
that
at.
house. I've seen you in that house. I know you're there.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man.
Or the mom. I don't know what lady it is from Resident Evil 7, but whatever it
I
is.
feel, like, I feel like
definitely
some
is. No, it's
animator
100%
came up with
the
a
one.
better idea than that in the first place, because certainly the people who work there are not all idiots, right? There are definitely good people there. Some animator came up with something better than that, and they were like, that's not the direction we're going with for this character. You need to downgrade it a little bit. You need to angle it up a little bit.
My
It's
thought
almost like
process.
it's almost like they need to make Wonder Woman look pretty, so they just make everyone else look ugly.
Oh, man.
Damn,
the
they're dumbing
cheerleader
down
theory?
Yeah.
the cheerleader theory?
Yeah, you put all the.
Yeah,
that
you
makes
put all the
sense.
cheerleaders together, and you never heard about that?
No.
I
Oh,
think it's
yeah.
actually a real thing.
No, it is a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a group of people. I forget exactly.
If you
how it
look at a
works now.
photo of a group of people, when they're all together, like, they don't look as bad.
Yeah.
But then when you split them up, you suddenly notice, oh god, that one over there looks way grosser than I remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's
It's
a
a
I feel
real
like I
theory.
learned about that in school.
yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that too. I'll tell you this though, the gameplay does look great. Man,
Yeah.
I'm really excited for the Injustice gameplay.
Gosh, she does need braces. You are totally right.
She's a animal lady.
Some people in the
Some
chat are like,
orthopedics,
please get rid of
please."
the picture already.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, but I mean, okay. Outside of the fact that they are just, oh god, like how does
The
their
gameplay
gameplay
looks
look
cool.
to you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it looks
looks
great.
cool. I feel Cheetah might have command grabs. I'm not really sure.
It's hard to
Kind of-
tell,
kind of-
yeah.
kind
Very
of-
right.
The
down.
Swamp
The thing
Thing?
is-
Oh man.
Because the thing
Well,
is,
something
like,
looks
because
great,
remember, it turned out Black Canary's move wasn't a command throw. So
Right.
like, it'd be nice if Cheetah's were
Agreed.
actual command throws, right?
Agreed. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be fun to play. It's just a question of, how much are you willing to put up with in terms of your
Oh
eyes.
yeah, the co-creator of Swamp Thing did pass away. I couldn't remember his name though.
let's see that.
That's what's crazy. Oh man.
They just showed off that character's gameplay for realsies because they did a little video, but then they showed off some more of it. Man, he looks so sick.
And they showed Cyborg,
They showed a little bit of
Hawkeye, Poison Ivy. I believe.
Hawkeye?
Hawkeye.
No.
Sorry, Green Arrow. Sorry.
In the-
Sorry.
in the-
That's my job. is to
Hawk
Hawk
Arrow?
Wait, in that
Yeah.
trailer, in the trailer for Cheetah, did it look like they
Green Eye?
had the Black
Green-
Knight guy in there?
Oh yeah, Robin, right? Isn't that the new Robin?
No.
No.
What are you talking about?
The guy with the sword.
The guy with the sword and
Damien.
the shield.
Yeah, Robin.
Was that
Yeah,
Robin?
that is Robin, right?
That-
Damien.
Oh, it
You're
looked
talking
like the Black Knight guy from the. Oh,
Maybe. Are you thinking Ares?
No, it wasn't. It's definitely not Ares.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know who he's talking
I
about.
watched it
I
on a
either.
phone, very small, very
There's
quickly,
definitely a
so-
character that has a sword in there. I thought it was Robin, but I'm clearly not the person to talk to about that stuff.
Because
So,
I just
don't know.
remember that, because in the Justice League cartoon, there's that knight guy, and then there's that cowboy guy, and I'm just like, really? There's a knight guy and a cowboy guy?
Yeah, Jonah Hex, and I forgot what the other.
No,
guy
there was another cowboy guy. Jonah Hex was a guest in some of the episodes, but there was that other guy with the red, bandana over his.
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Damon Wayans. That's right.
Yeah, Damian Wayne is the Robin in this game.
Damon Wayans. Just said Damon Wayans.
Damian Wayne.
I was like, am I
Some
tripping?
people are
Damon
saying it
Wayans
was Robin.
versus
Some people are
Shoot
saying
Kill.
it was Robin.
Okay,
so
okay.
there you go.
Damon Wayne versus
Black
Shoot
Knight.
Kill.
Hawkbow.
Yeah.
Hawkbow.
Shining Knight. Or
Lord
Vigilante.
Hawkbow.
Yeah.
Man, there's
Pyro.
There's a lot of right now. The Dragon Tattoo Council is meeting to excommunicate David. They're glowing up in the sky and they're sending beams. They're
all
somewhere
I'm
in a
saying
cornfield somewhere.
I feel like they had to dig down into the barrel of the DC universe to get in there. Like you know when you make coffee, right? And you got the gross coffee
Exactly,
grounds
yeah.
down at the bottom.
Oh,
and you,
man.
at some point you
I
run
like
out of
that.
coffee, and it's like you just digging in the crap. There's just black crap. It's all in the bottom there. I think that's the characters that we're getting. Right
Really?
now. Cheetah.
Cheetah's kind of whack.
Oh,
I
I've
think-
been saying this.
I
I
think
feel
a lot
like
of the-
Cheetah.
I think like
Doctor.
Dr. Fate is
so
cool.
sick.
No, I think you
Dr.
would like
Fate is so
Dr.
sick.
Fate though.
Yeah,
I'm
Dr.
serious.
Oh,
I
he
think-
looks like a cool character to play. I just think he. I don't know. I feel like he's one of those coffee grounds.
No, he's cool. He's
He's
actually
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
All right, man.
I mean, but I
You
do
just
agree.
need to watch the Justice League cartoon.
I guess
I think
must.
like
Because he was cool in the Justice League
Dude,
cartoon.
DC characters, look, I've said this. DC has pretty slim pickings when it comes to like cool characters. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
However, like,
There wasn't that much coffee in that.
yeah, Cheetah, come on, dude.
Bunch of grounds.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of the cool characters that I liked in Injustice 1 are not back yet, but then there's other characters that are not as cool. And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn it.
Like, I like the reach,
I
though.
feel like they're not going to have him in because of it.
I'm happy that they brought in characters like Swamp Thing and like Dr. Fate. Like, I'm really hype about that because like those
Yeah, those
are
two are sick.
they're really cool
I'm down with
characters.
something. Yeah,
And
I
the
think
way
he's
that
a cool
Harley
character.
looks
They should
now is really sick.
just put all Batman characters in there. Cause
That's the one thing they're trying to avoid.
Yeah,
though.
I know,
They don't
'cause
want
that's what
too
they did in
many
the first
Batman
game,
characters.
yeah.
Well, it wasn't even like there was too many. It's just you don't want it to be the whole
It's too
Batman
easy
universe
for that
thing.
to happen.
Right.
It's too easy to get Ra's al Ghul versus the Scarecrow, and it's like an
you need-
entire
yeah,
game.
You need,
See,
you
that
need to
I
make
would
other
play.
DC.
Sounds cooler to me.
They want other
That
DC.
actually does sound
It
cool.
does. They want other DC
Oh
characters.
shit, the fear gas.
For the,
That
yeah,
sounds awesome.
Scarecrow should be in the game, I think, for sure. But
Dude,
like,
can you imagine the cool things they could do with fear gas?
Oh
Like,
wow.
if they-
They
Yeah.
probably would come up with really interesting ideas for that.
you
And
can do,
then-
the obvious one is to make the controls reverse.
Nah, come on.
That's like the most
That's
obvious.
sick. No,
way
that's
to do it,
actually
yeah.
really dope. They did it in Marvel superheroes with Thanos. If you
Or
had
even
the,
just make it
the
power
mind
up
thing,
Scarecrow.
it actually
Yeah.
reversed
But
your.
I mean,
don't
Jason-
Jason
Marvel
does
does
that,
that.
right?
Yeah,
Jason does it too,
Jason did
right?
that.
Yeah, but you can also just make it so that if you get hit by the gas, all his moves have huge, like, phantasmal effects because of
Or-
it, because you're scared of them.
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
look
I was
for
about to
graphical
say,
stuff,
that's
right?
tight.
Yeah. It's gonna look like terrible garbage regardless when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But there could be very interesting gameplay mechanics, and I do believe that they would have them because I have a
Someone
lot of
said
respect for
that
that side of the
Scarecrow
universe.
was leaked, maybe. So maybe
And that he was in the
game.
mobile game, but no one knows
Oh,
if he'll be in
okay,
the full
okay.
game.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, I don't know. They're probably trying to put in a bunch of characters that'll be in the cinematic.
Right, that's what I figured.
Universe.
So, like
Yeah.
for example, I didn't know who Rocket Raccoon was when he was in Marvel 3 for the first time. So I get that. I just feel like there's a lot of Rocket Raccoons in this game. Where like
There's
I
too
don't-
many,
I don't know
man.
them.
Man, I'm not even gonna go
They're
on that
all
rant
Rocket
right now.
Raccoons.
Yeah, they're like
But-
all Rocket Raccoons.
Yeah,
And
Cheetah had
then
to be
when
there because
Rocket
of Wonder
Raccoon
Woman.
was put in the game, he
Oh.
actually looked super cool and interesting, and he was
Yeah, because he swears. He's like
and
Conker's
he
bad
was
Freddy.
small. Yeah,
Yeah, I assume that Cheetah will be involved with the Wonder Woman movie somehow, some way, or in the future, maybe in Justice League or
Man,
something.
what if you're an actress and your agent comes to you and is like, I got a good gig for you. All right, you're gonna play.
NRS
You're gonna play
video
Cheetah.
games.
No, you're gonna. Well, there's a movie coming out. You're gonna play Cheetah. Here's what the character looks like straight from this latest video game. Would you be offended that your agent thought that you would be the perfect woman to play that role? Would you be offended at that?
I would.
With the amount of dollars they're offering,
Damn, you'll be ugly for the money.
you know.
Yeah, I'm gross.
Yeah, I'm
for the
gross.
money?
Sure.
All right.
Because I don't know what else you say to that.
uh-huh.
You just wait for Marvel to offer you another better looking character. That's the strategy.
I'm still hyped for the game though.
Oh, yeah, of course. Me too.
definitely just want them to pick cooler people. Just ask me. I got you guys covered.
I think it's gonna be a blast to play because
For sure.
I've always liked NRS games.
I forgot to mention this during the event stuff, but Red Bull Proving Grounds announced a lot of their formats and everything now. So they announced a bunch of extra cities, and there's going to be 2 seasons. There's going to be like a conference thing where it's like East versus West. And then for the first season, like whatever city wins, like their entire city gets flown to Evo.
That's sick.
The people who win gets flown to
So
Evo.
it's like
yeah.
it's regional based. There's like
Yeah.
what 6 regions or 7 regions, and then online region, and you know when they finish competing or whatever, it's like a team event, is what they announced or something like that. And then the winner of that gets their top 8 placers at their region all flown to Evo. Is how it works.
I think
Very
it's
cool.
super
I think it's
cool.
great. Yeah,
So it's a
super
way to
cool.
build like community rivalry and coast
Yeah.
rivalry and stuff like
You
that.
know, I really like the Red Bull. They have an eye to the community for sure.
Yeah.
Right, that's a big focus for them. I really appreciate that. I think that is very cool.
Yeah, that was annoying too. So Curly W asked the question. For some reason, they put Chicago in the West and Houston was in the East. I don't understand why they did that for the conferences.
Oh.
That doesn't make any sense
I
to
don't
me.
know,
But
yeah.
you know, what
Who
are you gonna do?
knows?
What are you gonna do? But the last thing that I wanted to mention was that I guess Martin is not gonna have to wear the "This Space for Rent" shirt that he was trying to design for E-League anymore.
Genius.
That's funny. It's very
He
funny.
actually was sponsored by Rise Nation, and now he is a sponsored player on E-League. And I wish we could say more about E-League, but we don't know any details yet, right?
You just know the groups and when it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, we know the matchups.
It's supposed to start this weekend, right?
They posted a schedule on the. No, it's like next.
Is it next weekend?
Tuesday or Monday or something. It starts. I don't know. It's like not this week, but next week, as far as I know. They posted like if you go to the main site, they have the schedule of the matches. It's literally like day whatever. Here's all the matches being played in the group for that day and in what order it is. If you go to the website, it's all on there.
Interesting.
So it's like first match of this is LPN versus whoever, and then whoever versus. It's like they have the whole schedule. So if you go to the website, you can totally see it. But there's not a lot of radio silence besides that.
It feels a lot like the South by Southwest stuff going on here. But
yeah, it's unfortunate.
Mars is now part of
I wonder if that's the best
Nation.
picture for him that
I was
exists.
just thinking, there's gotta be.
There's definitely better pictures.
I feel like that must have been altered digitally. I don't think that's how it looked like it was taken. I mean, really, like it doesn't look like it was. I don't know.
Edited somehow.
It's always funny though because like people like there's always that joke where like the pictures you put yourself up like are always all beautiful and then other people.
Oh yeah. Your profile picture is always are you looking amazing, and then the pictures you're tagged in.
But the funny thing is, like, other people probably think that the picture looks good. Like, I thought the picture that I picked of you was good, but you don't like that picture.
Yeah, I wasn't as huge of a fan of it.
Yeah, so give me a new, especially now with your new hair. Like, dude, give me a picture. Give me a beautiful picture.
I gotta be honest. I would not have thought you had new hair.
You're such a hater, David.
I'm not trying to be a jerk.
Dude, he looks clean.
I feel like you. I mean, clearly you got a haircut. I just thought it was the same, but shorter.
It's the same kind of thing. Yeah. It's
not
it
is.
Right?
No.
But
You're
I'm
being
just saying
modest, Say-Jam. Don't give it to him.
It's different.
You
but
tell
not very
us.
much. I'll let you have it.
Give me a new picture, and I'll replace your picture on there.
I think it looks nice. I just thought it was the same haircut but shorter.
In fact, the picture I picked of myself, I gave to other people, and other people were like, "This was a terrible picture you chose of yourself, James." So I was like, "What?"
That's how it always is, right? You're like, "Man, I look great in this picture," and they're like, "Look at you, you're all weird looking."
You look a little bloated.
Yeah, I like that picture.
You're a little bloated, huh? Got a little water weight going.
Booger hanging out of your nose and all kinds of gross.
Maybe that was the issue with this Marn picture. Maybe there were boogers. They had to airbrush them out.
Damn.
He looks
That's
like
why
he's
it's all
fading
messed
away.
up. They had to like blur it because he had like just boogers hanging out.
That was the best they could find. Poor Marn.
I see your
Anyway, I'm happy that he joined the thing. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I liked his announcement too. Like he tweeted out, he was like, "I have to announce now that I am no longer a part of Team Marn. I have left Team Marn and joined Team Rise Nation."
Funny.
I thought that was pretty.
He's a silly fella, isn't he?
Clever. So, but yeah, that's all the news that I have that I could think of and spot. I don't know if there's anything else. You okay there, sir?
I'll have you know
tired.
that my hairline is exactly the same. In fact, my hairline, this is true, is better. And when I come in to get my haircut with the same lady I've been getting my haircut for like 8 or 9 years maybe, she's always like, "Man, I can't believe your hair, like, it's like coming back." Because there was definitely a period of time when it was worse. And that's actually why I'm growing it out a little bit, because now I'm like happy that it managed to survive. It put up a good fight, you know, and it's sticking around.
You're talking about the fact that someone said our hair looks similar?
No, Spabman actually said that it looks like my hairline's receding. But it's not. It's good.
Everybody says
place.
that, man.
Someone said that
everybody's hairline is receding, you know?
Somebody said that we have the same hair, and I was like, not exactly. I mean, it's cut very differently, but it's hard to
I
tell.
don't think we have the same hair.
Yeah, we're just both
I'm
white.
growing it out.
I like it.
Yeah, it's good. I actually have been thinking about, like, trying to not cut it as short as it is. I'm trying to cut it a little longer. We'll see.
Cool, man.
I want to change
Well,
my
look
haircut.
at you.
I know. I get it so short right now. I don't know. I gotta think. There's not as much of it for me to put my hands through if it's short.
I'm not losing my hair. It's cool.
That is really good. I mean, one day when you're my age, it'll just all go away. And you'll be wondering.
Hey man, at my age, like I said,
You're
the fact
definitely
that I have
keeping
this the fact that I have this hair, I am a
it.
happy man. Dude.
Yeah,
So-
and at this point, if you haven't lost it now, you're probably not gonna.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
keeping it.
no, that's true.
It's stuck on there.
Probably just hanging out for
so
the
I'm
next
in a good place.
your
right
final
now.
10, 15 years.
I definitely got my mom's jeans than over.
You wear
my
mom
dad's.
jeans?
I do wear mom jeans actually.
Mom jeans. You
I
can
wear
do that.
mom
long
jeans when I
time.
make dad jokes. Right?
He's got this sweet jacket on, but if you look down below, he's got some
See?
mom jeans.
Oh,
on.
he definitely.
I don't know. I can't see his jeans. He's got the normal jeans on.
Mom jeans.
No,
I didn't
I
know
actually
that.
don't have.
I know
normal
exactly
jeans.
what that is.
Because you've told me many times that I need to get better jeans.
Oh yeah, man. We're gonna help
I
you
like
out.
the baggy clothes. I wear like the baggy jeans, and you said that that's just not.
That's granddad status,
Yeah,
man.
Rip used to be all about the baggy jeans, and then Steve bought him one fitted pair of jeans with holes in them, and it changed his life.
It's that easy, man.
You change it. He was like, my knees are really cold though, but the jeans look great.
Well, just as
You have
long
to
as
play
they're
as a
not,
small cost,
as long
man.
as they're not Commander Jesse status, okay?
Yeah,
Like,
that man's got somebody just carved a big old.
I know, right? They just like.
Jesse, I understand.
The
These
jeans
guys,
look awesome. They look great, but all I can think is, man, it's cold out. How does he? It must be cold.
I used to have baggy jeans and pants. Well,
Were you a
actually,
jean coat guy?
No, I didn't own jeans for probably 10 years.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I grew up in a particular place and time, all right?
Dude, I didn't start
White
wearing
beaters
jeans
and
until
shorts?
very
No,
late.
it wasn't white
I used to wear
beaters, but-
khakis all the time. That's
Yeah, it
all
was,
I
it
used
was
to
just
wear.
khakis
I just wore
and
khakis.
khaki shorts that went down too far, But look, you move on eventually.
you move out of it.
David's actually wearing nothing
I
on the
maybe-
table right now.
Well, I got a thin slice of clothes on, but not a whole
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
Not a whole lot down there. You heard it here first.
That's true. I may have forgotten to double up down there. So.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in to the Tuesday show. Hope you guys enjoyed the return after our
Explains
little
a certain
hiatus.
Musk.
You were asking about the
We apologize
humidification,
about
right?
the fact that we were gone for
The
a
machine
while, but we've
sensed
been
it. It was like,
traveling
whoa,
back.
got a little sticky in here.
And,
Gonna
it's-
hang an air freshener
hope you tune
below
in.
the belt.
Keep following us on twitch.tv/UltraChenTV. You can follow me on twitch.tv/jchensor.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/tasty_steve.
Body roll.
There's a lot of rhythm over there. Right?
Twitch.tv/Sajam and twitch.tv/UltraDavid.
Yo, are you doing your
Follow all
political
of us.
thingies yet?
I have to get a new CPU for the computer, but yeah, as soon as that happens, then
I
will.
want to see if I have the criteria yet to do my 12-hour Breath of the Wild stream on Sunday.
12 hours, bro?
What do you mean by criteria?
I do. Ooh, okay. So
what's-
as
what
a
was the final one?
celebration for getting to 50K followers on Twitter, yeah, I am going to do a 12-hour Breath of the Wild stream this Sunday. So there
Did you
go.
just reach that milestone? Is
It
that
says
like you just announced it?
50,001. Like I hadn't been there this whole time, and I just got there now.
This
so
guy.
He's
man.
50,001
Esports
followers. Baby.
Chen.
That's right, baby. That's right. So I'm
Do
gonna do a.
the rest of us
12
have
hours.
50,000 combined?
No. No way.
Probably combined.
How much do you have?
I'm not really sure.
I didn't think so.
I can find out though.
Dang, James is too esports for all of us.
He's
bro.
way
Right.
too esports for
Got
us.
an
It's-
esports
it's this-
mobile.
It's the pinchable cheats.
I got
Oh.
38.7K.
God damn, bro.
Yeah. We all have it combined, then never mind.
Okay.
Wait, how many I have?
You have like
Let me see. I want to see.
11 or 12.
Oh, shit. Cool.
What do you
no,
have?
no, we're in there. I'm at 12-1.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
so
you
you two
plus
combined.
me. All
Yeah,
right,
that's
we don't
for
even
sure.
need you.
We don't
Yeah,
even need
you don't even need me.
Okay, cool.
I need you, Sajam.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need
but
you too.
I will.
He's like, yeah, I need you too.
I will do a Breath of the Wild stream on Sunday. Then I'll
Awesome,
just do
man.
12 hours of.
I started
Breath of
playing
the
that game.
Wild,
That
so-
game is godlike.
Yeah,
Dude,
need
I
to
watched-
play, dude.
So let me tell you, the last end of my stream, I was like, all right, who am I going to host here? So I opened, like, the last 20 minutes, I was just chilling, talking to my stream. And in the other tab, other monitor, I had Steve's stream open, and he was climbing the same mountain for like 20 minutes. I just like periodically looked
Man,
over.
that game is
and like, I hosted Steve, and then he immediately climbed all the way up the mountain, and I was like, damn it, I wanted to host him, failing to climb
But
this
see,
mountain.
if you're climbing the mountain the whole time, it just doesn't work unless they're playing Snake Eater the whole time.
Yo,
right?
I'm saying, like,
It was so fun.
that
He was
was.
climbing the mountain for
The
so
dream.
long.
I feel like 5 times,
Snake
dude.
Eater.
Yeah, it was
But that
like
game
so
is sick,
good.
though.
It was so good. Man, it was really funny. I couldn't get over it. Every time I looked over at the other monitor, I'm like, this guy.
Dude, oh
And he was
yeah.
getting so close. He was like right off the edge, and then the stamina all the way
Man,
down.
Nerd Josh is giving me the worst answer ever. He's like, you gotta jump now. I'm like, why would I jump now? But we're dead. Like, it was,
I also
man.
forgot to talk about another important FGC announcement, though, which was the beginning and quick ending of Flo's interviewing career.
Man, that was a body.
Yeah.
He got destroyed. That was destroyed. And you have to give Rom all the credit in the world. That was like the
Yeah,
best answer.
He was so
Slick.
ready for that, it made me proud. That's
Yeah.
that's how
No,
I didn't expect it at all.
honestly, we had this whole thing like we were just gonna let Flo do this long old interview. That like, and then he just cut it short, and it was just like the most amazing
What-
thing.
okay, I saw it, but for people who didn't, what happened?
So basically, Rom lost to Commander Jesse, and as a special guest, Flo came up to interview them instead of one of us interviewing him.
Yeah.
So Flo took the mic and went, "Commander Jesse, how did it feel to body, Rom?" And he was like, "Oh, he's a good fighter, or whatever, like that." And then he turns to Rom, he's like, "So how did it feel to get bodied by Commander Jesse?" And Rom said, "Well, it wasn't as bad as the 10-2 that you lost last week."
The
It
daggers.
was so bad. And
Who did he lose to last week? 10-2.
Ugh. Bushin style. Oh, the daggers.
The legend.
And then Flo just that was it. Because beforehand he was like, because the funniest thing about it was before it happened, he was like, I'm not an interviewing kind of guy. I don't know if I could do the interview. And then he was like, all right, no, I got this. I'll do this. And then that happened.
Yo, Rom came with the hammer.
Nice work.
That was like a Looney Tunes thing. It was like, he was like, well, blah, blah, blah.
Someone tweeted it. Someone tweeted it out right there.
Yeah, instant destruction. It was crazy.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe how good it was. Rom is a hero.
And you can hear Steve just
the cackle.
cackling in the background.
It was so good.
It's so
I didn't hear
good.
that last time. I gotta check this out now.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's so good. This is genuine laughter, by the way.
Okay, wait.
I actually said got him. Like, I was like, got him.
Alright, I have to play this for the stream then, okay? I've got to
The cackle?
Yeah, you should just put it on your thing. Man, I just gave myself a cough laughing at that.
David laughed that hard at a non-fart joke. That is incredibly impressive.
Alright, here, I gotta get this on the stream.
Oh, now I got the hiccups too.
Damn, that was a
Got
bad.
Ugh. Nice work,
Okay, hang on a
Steve.
second, guys. Let's let the stream.
Bodied by Just Aram.
It's better than the 10-2 that you got last week.
Flo's face was so
the
good.
first and last
Your laugh reminds me of Ren Ho.
interviews. Back to the casters.
He just
He just
holds
holds
up
the
the
mic
mic.
up. Like he has to hold it away.
Can you play it from starting? I just want to.
You gotta hear the laugh.
I turned the volume way up for the stream on that one, dude.
God.
Oh my god, that was seriously the best thing ever,
I
dude.
didn't see it coming.
No.
I didn't see it coming. But that's what you get for posting that photo of me on the box.
Yeah,
I
that's
told
funny.
you not that there was no photos. Man, you guys just...
You got caught on the box.
And I know it was no need. It was a need for the box.
Oh, David is dead. Alright, guys, we need to have David live, so he's gonna go get some water. Dude, that does sound like that's the Ren laugh, dude. The Ren laugh.
That's good. That's good. Damn. Oh man, I gotta remember that. I gotta go check that out when I get home.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Alright, guys.
All right, all.
Thank you
Have
for
a good
tuning
night.
in. Have a good day. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. So again, I said all our streams. We're all streaming all the time now. Peace out, everybody.
Sub-Zero
Nerds.
Grand.